नहीं पाते मेरे पास सारे खास मेरे हाथ में नहीं ग्लास है my dreams नहीं ये नींद बस एक काम का बुखार तुझे चेंज करना कल तो फिर घिस लाला आज रो मत बीटी लेते टाइम ही ये जो देगा सब जवाब मेहनत करते रे मत रुकना नहीं तू करना मत सवाल फले मीठा पर ये सफर उससे बहुत ही लाजवाब सारे रास्ते बंद तब कर देगा वो कुछ ना कुछ कमाल फोकट वास्ते देने वाले लोग तो बहुत ही ये जरूरी ठोकर खाकर ही तू लेगा सबसे लंबी ये उछाल बस कर दे लाला झर्रे तेरे बाल स्ट्रेस को तू बाद में डाल खुश रह मिल रहा तेरे को खाने को डाल रख अच्छे विचार जाना है आखिर में कंधों पे चार टेंशन का को ले रहा सीधा भेज जिसको किधर को जमापुर कराओ टिकट सारी बीटी भेजो जमापुर कोटी पटेली देना तो भागो यहाँ से दूर और 10 लेवल पार सीधा सामने से वार सके ऑफ सारे कार जमापुर बदले शॉर्ट फुकट चीजों का भी जमापुर मेरी सोच इन लोगों से पहुंचे ज्यादा दूर इसको कल का बहुत पार आज में जी ले तू यार कर ले यार या तो पार 8 साल का ग्राइंड तब करा शाइन ट्रेन के खाए तके अबे फ्लाइट एवरी टाइम टूटा हुआ पीसी पहले लो दे बहुत फ्रेम्स तब भी नहीं गिव अप किया ये पूरा करा मैंने गेम जितने का था मेरा पीसी अभी उतने का है हेडफोन नहीं थे नेट के पैसे इंटरनेट पे अब हूँ वेल नोन घर पे सबको खुशी मिल रहा नहीं चाहिए अननोन है सब सपने से बड़ा ये सब गिर गया फिर भी उठ के ट्राई करा बार बार हर बार रास्ते बनते सारे आंखें नमते मेरे लिए तब राम नाम रास्ते बनते सारे आंखें नमते मेरे करना बहुत खाली बच्चन फूक दे रहे सोच रहे कल के पर आज ही सोते रहे सुनते कुछ नहीं खाली बनते बहरे बोलेगे अब कल करते यार आज में वाइब नहीं है मिलेंगे ऐसे सोचिए बोलने झूठ अपने आप से तू सिर्फ डर अपने बाप से बाकी दूर कर दिमाग से और करा फ्री टिकट किधर को जमापुर कराओ टिकट सारी बीटी भेजो जमापुर कोटी पटेली देना तो भागो यहाँ से दूर और 10 लेवल पार सीधा सामने से वार सके ऑफ सारे कार जमापुर बदले शॉर्ट फुकट चीजों का भी जमापुर मेरी सोच इन लोगों से पहुंचे ज्यादा दूर इसको कल का बहुत पार आज में जी ले तू यार कर ले यार या तो पार Excuse me, am I audible? Yes, I am. Welcome back to another watch party. Gamers, अभी उठा हूँ मैं ना क्या आया हूँ खाना भी खा के आया हूँ एंड खाना खा रहा था इसलिए थोड़ा सा लेट हो गया बाकी कुछ नहीं but I'm here boys. Welcome. वांगरे वांगरे खुरकर माकरे कॉम्बरे लोटस आज का ये गेम लोटस में शुरू हो रहा है लोटा ले लोटा लोटा ले लोटा मेरे कैलकुलेशन के हिसाब से दोस्तों बिलीव मी और नॉट ये मैच मेरे को लगता है क्लोज जाएगा Legit.
Curious to see how it's all going to look. Big eyes on that. Big eyes for me.
ये मैच मेरे हिसाब से क्लोज जाएगा.
Sentinel across the board from him onto Jinboong, who had a really rough outing the last time on this map. The DFM played it, so I'd like to see him pick it up.
Chat नहीं दिख रही, तुमको क्यों दिखेगी भाई? वो पार्टी हो रही है. Foxy खेल रहा है आज. Oh shit, then they have no chance. Foxy खेल रहा है तो they have no chance. They are cooked.
Kills 2-1 in their favor.
They are cooked. आज भाई आपकी याद आ रही थी देखने का मन कर रहा आ जाओ बेबी.
Quite get away from it. Couple of those shots coming through, slowing him up.
आज Foxy खेल रहा है भाई लोग. तो कौन बेटा उसकी जगह पे?
Into a 3v3 texture. Just gonna say tucked in behind the box. Swings out though.
Ash और कौन था? मैं भूल गया चैट और कौन था Ash और?
Able to find both of them. Can breathe a sigh of relief. No opportunity for an ace here in the round.
So suggest बेटा है.
That flash comes through.
नहीं, but Foxy is a goated player bro. He is a legendary player. उसके वजह से ही Gen.G एक मैच हारी. Foxy नहीं खेल रहा था इसलिए. Believe me or not.
This should be nigh undoable for GN. I mean, he's going to try a wraparound, but being very diligent our Gen.G, making sure that you know, if there is a one and done, they've got backup plans.
Why Foxy ने बाल बड़ा करके लाया यार.
It's going to matter. Foxy9 is going to be able to lock it down, get GN for the final
आ गया
kill.
ego trimmer क्या रे?
I mean, this just looks to me like DFM had a decent early idea.
इज्जत मेरे सामने.
A couple Gen.G players out. Art hits a nice paranoia to start this out, to kind of set up the two other members of DFM. Problem is they get trapped
player
there
कौन है
because of
आजकल?
the other players
एकदम
having mountain
बिल्कुल
control.
गोटी
There's
गेमर।
no mountain control to be found for the other members of DFM, and therefore they're just able to swing the door open, throw the nade in, and essentially win the round off the back of that.
All right, well, nothing but classics here on the attack for the side of DFM.
या कोई है
Maybe
दूसरा
looking
गोटी
forward
गेमर
towards
चैट?
that bonus.
एकदम बेस्ट।
To be able to find that first round victory. Is Gen going to be noted there by the haunt?
एक बज गया अभी तक नहा क्यों नहीं? नहा के खाना खा के बैठा हूँ हगरे।
Khelraay, just a couple stray shots here through the smoke. Will come away with a timing kill on the May. And what limited entry power DFM did have is very much taken out of their hands. Shearwall going to be popped, but with the kill coming away already, more than enough information was gained. Art taking one to the shoulders. Texture just similarly spraying through the smoke. Catches a quick little glimpse there. As Ash will find a headshot on the Jinboo. Paranoid crashing across. Quick tuck back behind the wall. Munchkin covering fire. Able to find Art.
वो क्या रिवील था जमीन में?
Gen.G widely keeping
वैसा भी रिवील
himself
जाता है।
very well poised, very well safe. Gen will find one to go ahead
Oh
and
my
stop
God.
him from being a flawless. And okay, gets himself a second elimination.
Was underrated, yes.
Gen.G 2-0 start, all the same.
Yeah, good stuff from Gen.G. Just Texture playing very, very wisely with just a ghost in hand. The toxic screen comes up. That's already his signal to start shifting a bit towards that breakable door. Good opener there for Khelraay.
Oh, the world he can like that, chat.
Okay, if there's a smoke there, there's a decant chance they're just going to try to bully their
Gen.G
way
win
into
this
B.
Foxy playing my
I
goat.
like the
भाई
ideas here from
मेरे
Gen.G.
हिसाब
Don't
से
even let him get to a plan.
DFM को दोनों मैचेस में सिंगल राउंड्स मिलने वाले थे। अगर Foxy नहीं रहता तो DFM जीत भी सकती थी एक
what you could hope for there.
Still though, decent firepower for Gen.G going into the bonus.
Yep.
DFM just waiting out the season 8
Fire round है
combo,
DFM का।
as well as some of this free fire.
लेकिन वो लोग ये नहीं आ
I
रहे,
like this
पीछे
though.
जा रहे
I mean,
वापस।
you're seeing some proactivity on the map from DFM these last couple of rounds. I like the way
Complete
they
left side of the
are
map.
attempting to find the open space through Gen.G's defenses.
वो लोग rotate क्यों कर रहे हैं
Here,
Gen.G वाले?
you know, created a little bit of attention. A lot of times, you know, DFM might just kind of
Oi,
take
oi,
a
oi, oi,
pause.
nice
Bit of
save,
contact
baby.
for Foxy though. It's going to send him back. Let's see if DFM is going
If
to
anyone
commit
can
off of
save
that.
DFM, it's
Doesn't
me.
have a
भाई।
wall set up on this C-side.
What a
Granted,
need.
DFM not necessarily aware of that at the moment.
Yeah, they have to figure out where that wall is first, for sure. There.
Chat, देखो एक genuine
Poking and
question है।
prodding, but this allowed Munchkin
रुको ये राउंड की बात
slide
बता
on over, using that poison cloud to good effect to buy a little bit of extra time as well. Foxy going to try and play up close and personal. Well, throws down the razor vines, backs a little bit further off.
Back around the corner, tap of the door, checking in towards B main. Nothing going to be seen there. Gen.G just maintaining position. Not taking too much aggressive space, and Thorns do go out here from Foxy. And here on the new patch, not going to be lasting nearly as long. You can see them dissipating already.
जिंदू इधर ही रह गया।
I think DFM feeling like they made too much noise over at C. Going to try B.
अरे वाइस का wall है।
Well, there's the entry. Oh my God, there's the cut down. TP forward. Art does manage to get himself to the site, but now is going to be isolated
What was
alone
that
until that
aim?
sheer wall falls. Goes down now. The
और
push
पूरा
is there.
गाँव आ
Good
गया
timing
भाई।
from the side of DFM. Get themselves into the site. The plant can now come through. 7 seconds remaining. They need to start getting this on the floor. Looking for the stick now. They have to stay absolutely glued to this one.
What they did, bro?
Absolutely cannot. Gen.G will flood in off the back here. Minor hesitation. That sheer wall cutting them across. That's going to be the bonus conversion for Gen.G.
Yeah, I like the way that Gen.G is layering
वाइपर
their
के
smokes on
स्मोक
C,
में अगर
layering
मेरा
the utility,
टीममेट जाता है,
so that even
मतलब अगर
though
मैं वाइपर हूँ और मेरा
the wall
टीममेट
isn't
वाइपर
there,
के
the
स्मोक में
vice
जाता है तो वो
wall,
डीके नहीं
they're
होगा
still able
बराबर।
to kind of pretend like it is,
तो
and
हार्बर के
keep
वॉल के
DFM
थ्रू अगर मेरा
second-guessing
टीममेट जा रहा है तो वो क्यों स्लो हो रहा
And
है?
again, a lot of attention, a lot of noise made over at C by DFM. And therefore they felt
Isn't
like,
that the
okay,
thing
let's
to
go B.
think?
There's a lot of smokes here. There's probably 2 here.
ये वो बफ देखा क्या? हाँ देखा ना भाई थंडर भाई डेंजर है। लेकिन मेरे को लगता है वो वॉल बाउंस जो होता है ना भाई वो एक तरीके से इजी पड़ता है सामने वाले को डॉज करने के लिए।
On an eco against Gen.G, do you just yeet it at Texture and give him the ace so you can get the win?
सर शायद ये ट्वीट करना पड़ेगा अपने को। क्या पता वाइल्डरम देख ले और भाई चेंजेस ला दे।
But
क्या
there you
बोलते हो?
go, 2,000
2000 किलो गए
racked up
टेक्सचर
for
के। हेल था
Texture.
हाँ ब्रो।
Congrats over to him. It's going to be on the real prize, which of course is going to be
मतलब
the
DK होना
match
चाहिए
win.
नहीं
Once
यार।
again, going to be left all alone. Just that sheriff in hand, and position has been noted. As the gun barrel was spotted out, Boombot as well. Just to add insult to injury, and let him know that he's very much pinned in. Munchkin will take it away with the final headshot. Not much
Thank you
going to be found aside
for the
from
first super chat of the day. Thank you for the
initial kill here on the Foxy
party.
9, giving him his first death on the map. But Gen.G 4-0.
DFM G से हारी है,
DFM
easy game for
scratching their
Gen.G.
heads.
नहीं बता नहीं सकते भाई।
This is the side
चलो
of the map that they
आज
need to be
फॉक्सी
getting
है
value
इसलिए
on.
वन साइड हो
Absolutely
सकता है,
right.
इजीली
It
निकाल
is
सकती है
still
Gen.G,
just-
लेकिन अगर फॉक्सी नहीं रहता
Like
ना
they're not able
तो
to
DFM
fully
मार नहीं
read their
सकती.
opponents yet.
अपन कभी ये भूल नहीं सकते
Things
कि
are just
DFM
kind of
ने
a little bit discombobulated. You know,
13-1
Gen.G
हराया
has a good
आपके
plan
Apex
off the
को.
rip to get aggressive against the eco.
That's the most
Catches
diabolical
DFM off
thing,
guard,
bro.
and, yeah, another
आज
moment
फर्स्ट
there
टाइम मैंने
to
कुक
give
किया.
Texture his due.
मैं तो रोज करता हूँ.
One of the best we have here in Pacific.
Kukkad
2000
gameplay.
joins an elite club. A couple others in there already, but certainly he has been stellar throughout his performances.
We've got what, him and Meteor.
Are they the only two?
I think they might be the only two.
You might be right.
I would think that Buzz probably not too
See,
far
that was
off.
the one I was. Yeah, Buzz has got to be close.
He's the international leader.
That's true. He is that.
Ooh,
Ooh, Ash.
nice shots here. Jin continuing to fire. And it's Ash now going to be stuck. Is Showstopper going to be locked in?
भाई
Ash
4 किल होते, 4 किल. मजाक से हट के 4 किल होते हैं. आठ की निकल गई भाई.
Now.
My goat. Let's go.
As Munchkin just looking forward, timing, playing along here. Cuts a crossover into the site. As the screen does fall, but player advantage for the side of DFM.
It's crazy what happens when you win the Rebel fight. Oh,
Munchkin almost.
Spike down.
So we'll find that transfer. Jinbung just down to 36. Stays alive as Paint Shell right here at Karen's feet. Forces him back away.
मुंह पे फटा भाई
Shifts
ने.
position. Tap of the spike. Swinging around the
Nah,
backhand side. Spike
Oh.
will get planted. The quick turn. Jinbung going to be struck down.
Reflections
Cannot
on
find
top.
a crucial catch on the main, meaning that he's
पता है कि
alive
उसको
and
flank
Showstopper
पे?
still is potentially
पता है
in
भी
play
देख
here
रहा
for
है देखो.
DFM. They would love that. Have to not
Oh
commit it,
भाई
but
सब
Khelraay is just so damn fast.
Easy retake bro, duels bro.
Gets the
That's
headshot,
duel
Foxy
duel.
has the other. Diffuse passed
Insane
over, one
gameplay.
away. Now from that sealed
Nice
guard,
observer, that was
Gen.G
some nice
up 5
observation.
to 0. With plenty of money behind. And DFM
करण भाई भी
surely
मारे, फॉक्सी भी उधर मारा
has to be
एक साथ.
considering a timeout call.
Yeah, I mean, you can just kind of almost
Wow.
feel the confidence. I mean, good on GN to get. He's shooting today, but you could feel the confidence just leaving them. I mean, as May here, you know that Karan's in that corner. You have to pop the ult to at least force him back, or at least force the
यार
trade.
Valorant से अगर कोई देख
Something
रहा है
like that. Yeah, you desperately
तो मेरे
need
को
that round.
आपके लिए
And
एक
that's your
आइडिया है
best chance you've
अगले
seen so
अप्रैल
far.
फूल्स के लिए.
You know, finally able to take some rubble control,
आपको
finally able
अप्रैल
to use
फूल्स के
that to
दिन
get to a
Valorant
post-plant
पहले
position.
दिन जैसा था ना वैसा एक पैच डाल देना चाहिए
Felt like
मजाक
he
से
could get it
हटके.
done with
फिर
the
आप
guns.
देखोगे कि आपका प्लेयर
Little
बेस
bit of
कैसा
hubris
बूम
potentially,
करेगा.
but there goes the nightfall.
Big fight getting ready to come out of the
Double,
baby door.
triple हो
3
जाएगा
players
player
from
base.
Gen.G looking to push forward and crunch. Munchkin able to find one. GM's going to be taken down. Aggressive TP forward from Karen. Not sure what that one was all about.
Down A.
Ends up getting cut down to size, but Paint Shell out. Texture still finding one.
सुषमा किधर है मेरा?
A 3v3. Showstopper still in the back pocket from May. So slow slide up, and it's just going to be an instant drag across as Foxy 9 collects the final 2 kills, 6-0. And now, I'm going to stop
पहले
saying
वाला
that it should be a thing. I see the timer stopping. I was going to say, I'm going to tell
When
you now,
Jet's
DFM,
right
you
click
need
was
to
a thing.
time out.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. It should have been the previous round, but they
थोड़ा
just
भाई
don't look
तुम
as well
कुक करते
coordinated
नहीं
here. I
होते
mean,
हो.
again, the
Hater.
nightfall, you just kind of shoot
Too
at the
many
tethers.
haters.
I guess
Only
off the back of the
haters.
util being dumped there,
Too many
Karan thinks he
haters.
might be able to get away with
Wow.
catching DFM in a moment where they're scrambling
Foxy
and trying to
पहले
find some
DRX
safety,
में
but
था. Thank you so
didn't
much
really work.
Thunder
That's
for the
okay.
40
Still won the round.
rupees.
I mean, the toxic screen
Second
there,
super
you
chat
gotta have
भी.
kind of that internal timer on your head as
Thunder bike
DFM
का.
when that is going to drop, and they just don't.
Thunder
And,
Gaming वाटी. यार
you know,
वो
Gen.G 's
snowball
right
mode आ
there,
जाए बस.
ready and waiting.
Good old
And all the
days, bro.
DFM players are just out in
Your
the open
name is too big
for
and
Gen.G to
I'm
spray them down. So
doing well in my life.
kind of
क्या?
unfortunately looking like the DFM we've seen here in stage 1, where they don't look as well coordinated.
Google
they
Pay
don't
missed.
look as
अबे
well
यार,
in
बंदे
tune
को.
with the game. They don't seem to have good senses of where their opponents could be and when they could be and how they could be and all those things. So
Thank you so much.
it's got to be frustrating.
Dipanjan, thank you so much
You know,
for
this
the
team
party
that had a lot of
rebates.
promise. They
Good
looked so
morning,
good in the
Husband, good
offseason.
gamer. Love you.
Showed a little bit of hope in
Good
kickoff.
morning. How you doing?
But here in stage 1, it has been a struggle to say the least. They just don't look as well coordinated. It feels
जोकर
like
भाई
some
ने
of their
11
protocols
रुपए
just
दिए हैं
aren't there.
गूगल पे और लिखा है आज मेरी
Trying
आंखें
to
बच
kind of
जाएगी
shift around
आपका
some
प्रो
players in
गेम प्ले
different
नहीं देखने
roles
को
and things
मिलेगा.
like that just don't seem to be going good.
No, it doesn't. It just, with a quick glimpse there, I mean, maybe everything that needed to be said was said, but it just didn't look like there was that much chatter coming out from the DFM camp. Nearly 5
Anway
ultimates.
with the huge
Ready to be worked
100
with here.
rupees.
Just
on
Jimbo
Super
lacking
Chat.
one here for the moment.
Big super chat of Anvai
I mean, it
Gaming
could have just been
on
a
the
timeout just to
live
call a set
streams.
play off the back of the
रुको पढ़ता हूँ ये
ultimates.
round के बाद.
Something like, you know, Kami's got the Nightfall, you've got the
क्योंकि
Showstopper.
ये round के लिए time out
A
किया है
little
भाई खास.
tic-tac-toe
तो अभी
action.
ult
See if you can
खींचने
get
वाले
through
शायद.
onto the site, get the plant. You know, make sure GN's watching the flanks.
Double peek.
Jinbu.
Unable to find the shot, backs away. Self-safe here for the moment. The pit now going to be coming through. Munchkin just playing around with the timings and pressure being applied towards that C site.
Gen.G के पास 2 ult है लेकिन attackers के पास भी देखना कितने ult है.
I love this from Munchkin.
कामे और ये फेड और रेजल्ट जो है अटैकर्स का वो हैवी होगा. या एंडी का पे जहाँ पे 4 जन खेल रहे हैं Gen.G के.
Clear that Viper's pit.
ये लोग बी पे भी प्रेजेंस दिखा रहे थे. ओह ये फाइट कर रहे भाई Gen.G. ये क्या रीड है इनका.
Jam on the one is Art TPing well into the back line.
उनके स्पॉन में आ गया. W move Art भाई. W move.
The Bulldog
W move.
at the ready. Smoke on the upper.
पूरी Gen.G.
So many players here from Gen.G. Poured here into the side. Foxy 9 going to be the first to fall. Ash answering back for one, but Jinbu able to trade it back. Texture going to be eliminated now. It's all down to Munchkin in 1v3.
1v3. ये राउंड अगर मंचकिन निकाला तो मेरा नाम आज से
चमक. Work out here for the side of DFM and it does. They get themselves around victory.
अनवय भाई ने 100 रुपए दिया लिखा है. ब्रो यूनिवर्सिटी एग्जाम से कॉलेज में कुछ नहीं पढ़ाया. थ्योरी और कोडिंग वगैरह है सब्जेक्ट. And I study VFX animation. अभी 2 लैंग्वेज कवर करनी है खुद से.
by DFM. Doing a lot of things that we weren't really seeing in the first half of this half.
तू एनिमेशन सीख रहा है और तेरे को कोडिंग क्यों करनी है?
Those tethers are going to lead the way for May. Don't know how I feel about that pit from GN.
What in the world is this guy yapping, chat?
I mean, it is Munchkin and surely in the back of your head what he did to paper.
भाई ये तो diabolical चीज है भाई बहुत.
Probably in there.
Sure.
So I get it. Look,
तुमको पहले नहीं पता था कि तुमको यूनिवर्सिटी के पेपर में oh my god.
Okay.
यूनिवर्सिटी के पेपर में ये सब आने वाला है.
Oh, Khelraay.
Weird subjects from university. This is diabolical.
Making sure that he gets a pound of flesh every round over. As Ash just steadily backing away. Torrents at
this is actually diabolical.
That A connector. Stay 2 trying to get a pivot play into the B site. And it's going to be hard going here for the side of DFM.
नहीं लेकिन डिग्री में एनिमेशन VFX के कोडिंग नहीं होता.
Shifts position, works his way across into upper, and right now Ash is not really lending credence
to
this.
Game design में अगर जा रहे हो तो मे भी वहाँ पे हो सकता है.
Who has the absolute read on it. The Art now dead. IGL on the floor. Texture still lurked forward. Just outside of the spawn here.
Oxy किस टीम में है?
Call for a pivot to C. This is going to be bad times.
Yep. Oh no. Well.
Did they prowl it? No.
आयुष कुमार देखो क्या लिख रहे हैं.
Oh, okay. Gets that one. Jinbu able to find Foxy 9 at the same time.
साला इसलिए नाइफ नहीं निकालने का कभी भी.
Crucial pivot in the action.
पकड़ के रखने का गन.
And momentum for DFM. His Texture is thinking that no one's going to come his way. It's getting cut down to size. DFM now with a real chance to go ahead and add a second round victory.
It's a little bit of util there blocking the entry. Still do have the C's from Akame.
Haunt does not get cleared in time. Now position's known. Oh, Jinbu
by
getting tapped
huge
down here through the corner. Munchkin says, "You go ahead, take my primary. I've got a shorty at the ready."
दोनों 1 HP
find the kill though. Ash will go ahead and recover the Vandal. Flash out, nothing.
अलग-अलग क्यों खेल रहे हैं ये लोग?
Finds the headshot. Quick little jump peek, knows the location. Jinbu, the time is working against him. And it looks like Ash is very well aware. Won't be able to find the final kill. Jinbu will survive. DFM give themselves a second round win.
I mean, that's just
G का next DRX के साथ है predictions.
Your opponents. Gen.G looked pretty good.
G double G जीत जाएगी कि नहीं मुझे वो ये doubt है भाई.
Slip through their fingers. I don't know what we're doing having May swing out dry like that towards A. And then Art TP's after, which is really weird to me in the stairs. Like, why not TP first there to try to create the extra angle?
आजकल सिर्फ गया Primordium and Champions Battle क्यों दिखती भाई Prime भूल गए सब. हाँ ना यार.
That they just don't seem to be able to dial up in the heat of the moment. You know, cost them one of their best players.
चुप कर पनोती prediction मत दे. अब भाई सच बोले इंसान अगर जो फील करता है वो भी ना बोले इंसान. ठीक है?
Get that round over the line.
Operator though now in hands.
Gen.G में 5 लाख डाला हूँ. मैं नहीं मानता. इधर 10 डाल के दिखा.
Pulling over into his sightlines whatsoever, so for now we're going to be safe from that, and Gen.G can keep it hidden.
Astrea joins DRX. ये कब हुआ?
You gotta be
RRQ में कौन आया?
really careful. how you're moving towards A rubble. That Prowler doesn't connect, so there's not a ton of info, but there's two players over towards B mid right now. Can maybe win another battle there, open up that extra angle.
Mid-season swaps होते क्या
Texture
ऐसे?
right at Mound hasn't seen it or heard a damn thing. So let's see how he wants to react. If he's going to open that door, throw another paint shells in. If there's any contact found, but Foxy's starting to slide in. DFM might have just drawn enough attention here at A.
Multiplayer clear on that haunt, so they know that it's not just a lone lurker here. As one pushes through the door, Khelraay now potentially able to scale forward. As Munchkin waiting for a timing, able to find one, swings into the corner, gets himself a second headshot. Of Gen, going to be taken down. May able to find just the one kill, but now is all alone.
Crazy,
Swiftly
epic.
dealt with. Gen.G.
Hundred by thank you with the 40 rupees. तेरा noob gameplay देखने की अलग excitement है, to be honest.
2 kills there at B. I think he took down both Art and I think
एक बार कल के स्ट्रीम की जो Valorant गेमप्ले था उसमें का लास्ट मैच देख के आओ जिसमें वे वाइपर खेल रहा था एसेंट के मैप पे। उसके बस लास्ट के कुछ राउंड्स देख लो और स्कोर देख लो एक बार।
Really good positioning there, never giving DFM an opportunity to isolate him in a fight or catch him in the back.
Hurch Khelraay joined Global Esports as a duelist.
With Munchkin just working off that
Please
Viper
don't leak.
util so well. Operator looking like it's going to come into play.
Texture looking like he wants to go for a swing, does, and he splits the difference.
Suggest अच्छा खेला था last game bench पे है।
Nice headshot.
हाँ Suggest अच्छा खेला था ना Ash से।
On the floor.
क्या था रोल्स का कुछ तो लफड़ा रहेगा भाई। अभी Foxy तो मेन प्लेयर है भाई, Foxy तो OG है। बूमबॉट के ऊपर ये क्या लगा था?
Player advantage still widely going to be here from the side of DFM, but that can quickly be turned around.
Jiggly gameplay, bhai.
Carrying the
Jiggly
offboard into the
gameplay.
site. And now he's just going to be stuck with it. Sees one, but Munchkin sees all.
Jian.
Haunt not getting the tag, but he's just completely surrounded. No real way to try to isolate here. Does hit a nice shot, but eventually he's going to be overwhelmed.
आज किसका मैच है? अगर आप IPL की बात कर रहे हो, तो मैं IPL देखना छोड़ चुका हूँ.
Yeah, again, it looks like it's going to be a good start, but Munchkin and Foxy9 are playing really, really great defense right now. The way they push and pull. Ash getting involved on this as well. Finding really nice angles here at the stairs. Doing a little bit of jiggle, tap, tap, jiggle, tap, tap. Very, very efficient from Gen.G. And again, there's not much utility you're seeing from the side of DFM to keep them off balance, to keep them off guard. They're trying to rely on their natural skill, which, yes, there's some on DFM, but Gen.G's too good.
Oh, Jinbong.
Oh, he got killed?
Never mind, he is okay. Khelraay still stuck here at top level, coming away with one. Texture Showstopper able to find Art, but it's a bloody mess here off the rip as two players dead on both sides. Nightfall still going to be committed. Texture holding a close angle, decides to back away. Munchkin covering fire, able to find a Kame. And Gen.G, they will have to give up the space. They'll give up the plant, but they have the player advantage for the retake attempt.
They've got some util. Got quite a bit of delay.
Not where you wanted that to go.
Yeah.
Texture just pinging it out. It's Jinbong. Rides the rope, gets up the top here. Now Jinbong, because he's all on his lonesome, turns back over to the side. Munchkin is right there.
CSK और MI दोनों बाहर होने वाले हैं भाई, मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ CSK, मुंबई इंडियंस और RCB ये तीनों बाहर हो जानी चाहिए. प्लेऑफ्स में ही नहीं पहुंचनी चाहिए भाई. तीनों बैठ के रोएंगे भाई. हम तीनों सारे चैट में सब लोग बैठ के रोने चाहिए. सालो तुम्हारा नहीं तो हमारा भी नहीं. नहीं हमारा नहीं तो तुम्हारा भी नहीं. चलो सब रोते हैं भाई. RCB क्यों? RCB तो बाय डिफॉल्ट उनका जगह रहता है उधर.
Showstopper in response as well from Texture, just falling back under the covering fire of his teammates. I mean, it's one thing that's really impressive about these Gen.G players is nobody's really going for hero plays. They're blowing DFM out of the water, but they're still playing to their protocols, to their game plan. It's going really, really well. And something, you know, one of the little things is Texture just knowing when to back off, when not to give up the fight.
Oh, भाई वो जमा हो गया, अबे सीज हो गया वो. एक कल किसने वो देखा सीज और तेओल्ट कॉम्बो सेंटिनल्स वाले गेम में भाई जॉन क्यूटी और जेल्सिस का क्रेजी कॉम्बिनेशन था. मैंने इस पे डाले देखो अपने हर्ष खेलराय क्लिप्स पे इंस्टाग्राम.
almost getting timing again.
क्रेजी था वो
Time
चैट,
was able to back away to safety.
क्रेजी। और वो इनका ये था मालूम, सेव राउंड था,
So far forward.
लो
here.
बाय था या सेव राउंड था, आई
Off
डोंट
the
नो।
wall does so. He's on the other side of it. He's stuck
Yeah,
on razor
bhai.
vines.
Completely
मियां भाई आज
pinned
चल
in.
रहे नहीं, ये 5-11 चल रहे भाई, क्या
About to give it away,
सीन,
and Foxy plays off the back of it beautifully.
इसलिए हार रहे। जियान
Larry
मार
to
रहा है।
distract, drifts forward. May taken down. Now
साला ओडिन वाला भी
4v3.
मार रहा है।
Solid entry into the B site. Plant getting ready to come through.
लाइव मशीन गेमर।
Gen going to be left on a bit of a lurk here to try and
ये
see
भी
if he
6-10
can
है।
intercept anybody pinching forward through that connector.
तब जमापुर में।
Seems like though Gen.G maybe decently aware of this.
Oh, they're so slow. They're coming from so many different
Cloud और
Munchkin
100 Qs में
Yep,
कौन
there
जीता
it
रे?
is.
Yep.
क्लाउड का डाउनफॉल चल रहा है, मैंने सुना भाई, इतनी
Well,
अच्छी
we know.
टीम है साली।
The push out, looking to extend the
Larry,
aim. Ash is going to be
Foxy.
sending out that Nightfall, connects on to just the one player. Sakame going to be taking low, and Khelraay hits a hell of a transfer.
क्लासिक करन गेम प्ले भाई,
The
सब नशे से
1-2
चढ़ गई हुई
to
गेम प्ले।
lock in 2 rounds for the side of DFM. Nothing more to be gained here on this attack side.
Shit.
And potentially the map itself, Gen.G well out in front.
Yeah, another round where DFM does a pretty good job spreading the map a little bit,
तो देखते हैं।
finding that flank
ओके,
angle
एक
with
मैप तो निकाली
GN.
भाई।
I mean, but you're just sacrificing
भाई
me.
लाउड
To try to
बहुत अच्छी टीम
figure
है
out what's
यार,
going on.
मतलब
I mean,
वो
May's
क्रेजी
playing
पोटेंशियल
there,
और
go on the
क्रेजी
other side
प्लेयर्स
of the
वाली
wall, see
टीम
if
है,
you can catch 'em
और
off
सब
guard,
ऐसे
but,
सोलो
you know,
पॉप
with
ऑफ
the
वाले
razor
बंदे हैं
vines and
भाई।
with the fade util, even without the
वो लोग
razor
कैसे
vines,
हार
they still
रहे हैं
get the
मुझे
fade
नहीं समझ
util
रहा, और इसका
to
पहला
kind of
मैच भी वो लोग हारे कोई तो
identify
नल्ले
if
पाव
you
टीम
are
से।
actually over there or not. Gives up his life for free. Sure, Art's able to find a big kill, get to the post plant, but with a player like Kar on there, who has
जी
just
भाई, गंदा आ रही है ये
wiped
तो।
out situations like that. It's kind of funny, just you feel like sometimes I haven't been talking about Karan a lot this year, even though he's been playing out of his mind. He's still one of the best
अगला मैप
we
लाउड
have
का
here
सेंटिनल्स के
in
साथ है।
Pacific, and moments like that are why he's just unbelievably talented.
2G
And
के अगेंस्ट भाई ये लोग 2-0 हुए हैं।
his game senses, and he's such a tremendous pickup for Gen.G, and yeah, they look really solid, of course.
Awesome.
I mean, you kind of expected this coming in. I think it was 13-6 on
Heavy
this map
downfall,
when they
heavy
played in
downfall.
kickoff, and it may even be worse this time.
गुंडा भाई मार रहे नहीं है क्या उनको?
Pole position to go ahead and swiftly take us into a
आज
second
होगी
map.
अमेरिका स्ट्रीम, NRG वर्सेस G2 का मैच है। अरे यार कल भी है ना
Worth
सेंटिनल्स
noting,
के मैच के लिए
this
अपन जगह,
is
लेकिन कुछ
Gen.G's
वर्थ इट नहीं
map
रहा,
pick.
ऐसा
DFM, they've
20 मिनट
elected
में
for
खत्म हो गया, तो
fracture.
वो वाला गेम भी 20 मिनट में खत्म होएगा तो मजा थोड़ी ना आएगा।
Still, especially on an attacking side, you'd like to be seeing a lot more impact, because some of these rounds weren't that close.
Nope. And one of the rounds that DFM won was off the back of just a timing play. I mean, that was...
Sure.
They were outplayed in that round. It was a 4v2.
लाकिया गेम छोड़ दिया।
So it is, I mean, it is difficult for DFM, and they still just
2-10
really don't
switch
seem
हुआ
to
है
have
chat।
much comfort on this map with this comp. I didn't see a lot of util that was really connecting for them to kind of open up space and kind of identify positions and set up executes, set up May. A lot of that seemed to be absent.
Double face in the main here. Kame going to be taken down. Jin not really even given the opportunity to try to swing that angle. Some decent damage across onto Foxy 9, but still breathing, still can have impact. Means that Gen.G up to that early advantage here in the second pistol.
They're trying to re-clear B main, and they do, but they gave up a ton of space to do that because they committed 3 players to it. So Gen.G quick to take advantage, start pushing the pace towards A. May and Art sliding in, trying to set up a bit of a defense.
Oh my God, I was
Oh,
gonna
no.
say he gets some good damage. He puts Munchkin below half, but Munchkin just answers right back with a headshot. Art now, for timing, able to find the first.
Spike planted.
Plant cannot be interrupted, but he does fall down the 20 HP for himself. Ash trying to scale forward, finds him on the jiggle, the drop down, it's just a
क्लीन अप गेम
bloodbath.
प्ले।
Dead upon
ट्रैवल
arrival.
प्लस थैंक यू फॉर द
Gen.G
40
winning on a
रुपीस।
second
चाइना वॉच
pistol,
पार्टी
and now
क्यों नहीं
we're
कर दे
2
तुम
rounds
और
away
बिग्स भाई?
from
पहचान की
closing out
टीम्स
this
नहीं है
map.
यार वहाँ की, और
I mean, just
क्या उसे कहते
sometimes it
हैं,
comes
सिर्फ
down to
2-3
things like
ही
crosshair
पहचान की
placement.
टीम्स है।
Munchkin there.
और अगर
winning
चाइना
that
वॉच
early
पार्टी भी
battle.
करने लग गए तो फिर
May
पूरी
lets some
जिंदगी
shots
वॉच
ring out,
पार्टी
get
में ही
some
बिताएंगे।
damage. Munchkin punishes him for
बिग्स
it.
भाई का पीओवी नहीं पता मेरे को, मैं मेरा पीओवी
Still
बता रहा
very
हूँ।
clean, very efficient from Gen.G. And it is dire for DFM. Certainly feeling like GG go next.
17, 7, and 6 here for Munchkin. Something, 4th of July joke. Anyway, paint shells forward into the corner. Looks like, yeah, no one really gonna get caught by that one. The Kame does take a bit of damage.
4-0 by the way, China में. Damn.
Some of it decay though.
Saala.
DFM scrambling, getting clustered together. It's
ये
gonna
भी
be a
danger
4-man
teams
death
तो
ball
है
here on
China
the
में
B
मतलब.
site. Gen.G still steadily making their way closer to the A site though.
Trying to find some opportunity, but Art's position is going to get identified. This is the one I was looking at to maybe do damage, but he's been noted by the Prowler. Tries to send out the Paranoia, but it's early. A little bit of damage to Munchkin there. Kame as well, but
13-2 हो रहा है क्या chat?
well, I mean, they're going to be in
This is
position to
diabolical,
maybe
bro.
do something here for DFM. They've got the read.
A couple players spotted, but Gen.G just gonna play it out a little bit safer. Art finding
Shot, Jinbung.
take it
Nice
down.
one tap
Munchkin
with the
running
classic.
away with that. Jinbung able to answer back a kill. Grabs up a weapon.
3v4.
Guardian now in hand to try to deal some additional damage, and any kills that they find are going to be, it's going to be, you know, decent damage inflicted to the economy.
उई. दिख गया, तेरी नल्ली दिख गई है. Pick कर.
It's just, can you get there? Just trying to wait this out as long as possible.
जमा पे. मियां भाई ने छोड़ दिया अकेले को यार. मियां भाई नहीं चल रहे भाई तो अच्छा नहीं लग रहा यार. That guy is obnoxious,
Close
bro.
things out. And that's going to be Gen.G.
Boom,
Up to
boom,
map point, a bonus conversion brings
No one
Lotus
can
to an
stop
end.
him.
Yeah, I mean, you
The
gotta love
amount
how
of
just efficient
catastrophic
Gen.G
damage
is. They're
Mia
so good at playing
has
off
in
of each other,
himself
using these Viper
is
smokes to
diabolical.
wait out DFM, make them impatient, and then catch them when the smokes go down. We've seen it a lot on this map. So a lot of credit has to go to the controllers here.
मेरे को लग रहा
for
है
Gen.G.
ये चल रहा है. क्या उसे कहते हैं? Warm
Doing
up
a
चल
really
रहा है.
nice job, Arkaran and Munchkin, of playing off of their utility and really catching DFM in awkward positions. Try to contest that util. Well, goodbye, Art.
There's nobody else able to get close.
W
complete
English
the crunch,
cons.
so
Thank
Art
you.
left alone, ends up dying. Sees tries to go ahead and hold Khelraay in position here for the moment, but the Viper all up, no vision. No punish. May similarly tagged up, wall bang through the box, puts him down to 34.
Well, and you've got door control here as Gen.G, and there's no util to speak of. Okay, well, that helps.
It does. Gent continuing to find solid impact here for the team. It's Gen.G now kind of scratching their heads. I mean, Munchkin, he's a world away. Completely isolated from the rest of the squad. He's got to slide forward here and try to bait some rotations across. The rest of Gen.G trying to stay quiet. The Prowler, however,
Yeah.
giving it away a little bit.
This is good work from DFM at the very least to not completely capitulate to that info that Munchkin was trying to send.
आज
And they
निकले
might
क्या
have found
Travis
the right
Scott के
timing.
tickets? यार ये लोग
It
बहुत
looks like
धंधा
they're
करते
reading
हैं
this pretty
इसे.
well. That
ये
Munchkin was
लोग
going to have that
क्या
open
उसे कहते हैं,
space and
टिकट
that they were
खरीद
going to
के
be
भाई
able
बेचते
to
हैं महंगी में.
rotate in to capitalize on it, or at least try to. Well, the Boombox
डेंजर
going to
लोग
make
होते भाई.
that position known.
फिर सारे दोस्तों को बोलते ए भाई
Gotta
स्टोरी
get that
लगाना
plant down
भाई.
soon, though.
भाई प्लीज स्टोरी लगा दे भाई प्लीज.
Trying to get the wall bang shots here on the Ash to get the
इतनी नहीं है
interrupt,
तो.
but it's only going to be minor tags. Nightfall now going to be sent out. Full backpedal. DFM able to escape it. No one going to get caught. Audio available here for all. Ash is trying to keep their attention tied over towards the plant spot, but yep, a couple shots here through the corner. Everyone getting absolutely destroyed by Munchkin. And time is just not going to be on their side here anymore. May able to break through for one. Foxy
1v1?
texture, however, the other
1v2
two, and that'll be the finisher. Foxy9 coming away with another 2K to close things out. 13-2, Gen.G showing up looking dominant.
Clean up game.
A nice
hey,
return to the
clean up
stage for
game.
Foxy9. Looked really solid on the Vice, especially on that defender
Clean up
side.
game.
About did everything you could ask him to do. Anchored well, had some good flanks.
नशा
Munchkin
गेम
is
वेन
an absolute terror on Viper as
इनके
usual.
लिए
So
तो
hard to
ये
read
रंकेड
first
गेम
bloods.
है.
Yeah, he's pretty
ऐसा.
good.
You know, the next
चैट
closest
मुझे
person was
बताओ
Khelraay with 2.
कितने
Yeah.
So, pretty
wins
good game for
चाहिए to
Munchkin,
secure
but
a
also
place
for
in
Foxy9.
playoffs.
Welcome back to the stage.
Yeah.
Foxy looking very, very solid here on Lotus with that Vice sideshow in shambles. But Similarly, DFM, not the look we want to be seeing. And that fracture that is now very close, it needs to be something else.
Three is guaranteed slot. Oh, okay. Diabolical. Beautiful. Wait! क्या? First map 10 up they loud? No way, bro. No way. ओ अच्छा, लाउड जीती है पहला मैप। लाउड पहला मैप जीती है। मेरे को लगा कमबैक खाई भाई गंदा। ब्रो तो पहला मैप इतना अच्छा जीत के लगातार 2 हारी है। क्या हो रहा है लाउड को? क्या हो गया है? I think I have made something in my editing journey. Wow, beautiful. एरिन भाई क्या अब भी सेल शुरू हुआ क्या ट्रैविस स्कॉट के टिकट्स का? सब लोग चैट में वही क्यों बात कर रहे हैं? स्मिथ भाई मेरे पास है ट्रैविस स्कॉट की टिकट्स 20,000 फॉर 1 टिकट्स। गेस माय एम रैंक। वैसे तो मेरा एम सिल्वर रैंक है, लेकिन वैलो एक हार से ज्यादा नहीं खेल पाता, इसलिए आयन 2। इज इट बैड? आई गेट 90 to 144 FPS 60 हर्ट्ज से। लेकिन ये हाँ ब्रो, इट्स नॉट बैड। 1 घंटा खेल के, 1 मैच खेल के अगर आपका वैसा आयन रैंक है तो ठीक है भाई, मजे के लिए खेलो। ब्यूटीफुल, खूब छान मूर्ति। ROG लैपटॉप ऑन टॉप। भाई ये छोटा वाला क्यों? ये कितने का मिला? ये डाको वाला है ना, कुछ डाको नाम है या कुछ नाम है उसका। मेरा वाला 5,000 का है भाई, वो बड़ा है बहुत। वाओ, व्हाट इन द वर्ल्ड इज दिस? भाई उसने ऐसा रखा है भाई लैपटॉप अटेंशन में, देखो। भाई चैट में यही चल रहा है यार, सेलिंग गेम प्ले चल रहा है ब्रो। चैट में क्या चल रहा है गाइस? ये सेलिंग गेम प्ले। चलो भाई, तुमको चाहिए 20,000 रुपीज, अभी के अभी भेजो, मैं अभी भेजता हूँ ब्रो। वाओ, इज दिस रियल और फाके? भाई क्या मस्त केबल मैनेजमेंट किया है चैट, ब्यूटीफुल। बट इट लुक्स फाके, इट लुक्स अ बिट फाके चैट, नॉट गोना लाई। इतना बड़ा ये मॉनिटर स्टैंड मैंने तो नहीं देखा भाई, लुक्स फाके। How lucky you can be.
Dropping smoke. Watch out. Yeah, catch. Hey, my ult is ready.
Nice clip bro, nice clip, nice clip. दर्शन भाई कराएंगे। क्या बात कर रहे भाई, ये लोग पहले देखने दो। शॉट है ब्रो। प्लेट
एस ले ले, लेवन आया एक।
डायमंड है क्या चैट? नहीं प्लेट है। जिस हिसाब से एंगल होल्ड किया उसने। प्लेट है, प्लेट है। What in the world is that DP bro? जेट तेरे से इतनी बड़ी क्यों लग रही है? ऐसा लग रहा है उठा के फेंक देगी। डायमंड 3 एक्चुअली अच्छा मारा ब्रो उसने, काफी कालमा एम रखा था, कालमा एम, दैट वाज कमेंडेबल। हर्ष भाई ये प्रो मैचेस में ऑब्जर्वर्स कौन होते हैं और क्या हम रह सकते हैं ऑब्जर्वर में? वेल दिस इज अ टफ क्वेश्चन। अभी कौन रहते हैं वो मुझे नहीं पता भाई। Just come outside in the night. गांजा गेम प्ले वैन करेंगे जल्द। आज अगर जल्दी दोनों मैचेस खत्म होते हैं तो जल्दी अपन कर सकते हैं, मैं भी, लेकिन देखते हैं। गेस रैंक रीअपलोड है, करंट पिक।
Spike planted. No peeking.
भाई एक हेडशॉट मारने के बाद पीसी कैसा हिल गया इसका पूरा। 60 एफपीएस पे खेल रहा है बे, गोटेड। ब्रो उसको 59 एफपीएस वगैरह आ रहा है ना। दिस गाय इज राइट नाउ सिल्वर 3। पीक इसका सिल्वर है भाई। ये ब्रॉन्ज का होके अगर ऐसे हेडशॉट्स मार रहा है तो दैट्स कमेंडेबल, एक्चुअली कमेंडेबल चैट। क्रेजी हेड दिया है भाई। और ब्रॉन्ज में लोगों के पास रिवर वैंडल वगैरह। वाओ वाओ।
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
Close. Shock dart. Nice.
नाइस शॉट्स बे।
Played bro. Clip.
Last player standing. Spike down B.
ये प्लेट है, ये प्लेट है 100%। अगर ये प्लेट नहीं तो मैं आयन। That's a big cap. पानी खत्म। This is actually a big cap chat. This is actually a big cap. धीरज
Planted.
आराम से चारों साथ में जाओ। डिसमिस कर ले।
अबे ये तो देखा हूँ, डिसमिस कर ले, टट्टी खा ले।
Yikes.
शॉट ब्रो।
Oh shit! Zena in the left.
Spike planted.
Yay! What the heck,
One
Zena?
enemy remaining.
क्या क्लिप है ये? 2 रुपीज क्लिप। गेस रैंक फ्रॉम एस। गोल्ड 3 या प्लेट? गोल्ड या प्लेट? आई गो विथ गोल्ड। पीक इसका 5th एस दिस एक्ट, तो हम क्या करें? गोल्ड है तेरा पीक। Hey, sorry bro, sorry to be rude, but you played good. Replaying peak. Oh my god. I miss her, bro. वाओ क्या भारी बनाया है यार. Very clean line work bro. Very nice. Adding some glow effects. अच्छा ये Photoshop में ऐड किया इसने. Damn bro. What in the world is this? भारी भारी क्या लिख रहे हो? आर्ट ऑफ फ्लेक्स देखो देख रहे. What in the world of diabolical Valorant is this chat? अबे चालू हो गया.
2-0 in pistols thus far. Let's see if that streak continues or if it can be broken.
Well, they seem to have done a pretty good job reading, at least initially. I'd like to see them turn up the
क्या
tempo.
भारी
They've
भारी
got
लिख रहे?
a window. Seems like they're going to try to find it. Karan got an inkling of that crossing. By the way, this is Art's second game ever on Breach. Something to kind of keep your eyes on. He has not played a lot of this agent, so kind of curious how he's going to be able to pilot this. You know, this meta comp, kind of what you expect out of DFM, considering what we've seen is they're leaning a bit more into the meta comps now.
Right here.
So far, still haven't found a ton of success.
4 players from Gen.G here at the ready. Flash over the top, quick turn from that. Jinbook up over the top of the ropes, catching a glimpse on the Texture, who's going to be taken down by the salvos. Khelraay
Texture उसमें
holding his
मरा है.
ground here. Only 10 HP remaining, ends up getting struck down. Because that's going to be a massive player advantage now for the side of DFM.
2v3.
Ash around the corner, fighting, losing.
क्या बात है DFM ने पहला राउंड जीत लिया है दोस्तों. पिस्टल राउंड.
A headshot.
Congratulations DFM.
May down to 13, scaling forward.
Wow.
May
मिया का हाथ गरम.
in
मिया का
reply,
हाथ
give
गरम
DFM
भाई लोग.
the first round win and the first pistol of the set.
Yeah, looking really good on this one. Making some good decisions on the timings. A nice play off of Art's flash. When they were trying to break their way through to the A site, and that caught a couple of the Gen.G players off guard. So they're doing a really nice, patient work around the utility that they have. This is what we need to see more of with them. Use that util to set themselves up for some of these rounds. Let's see if they can continue to use that success to find a win here and maybe push us to a map 3. Oh boy.
Oh, well, Texture out wide, just the one shot there on to May, who's continuing the scale forward, continuing to wreak havoc.
Gen.G का win rate 0 है fracture पे.
Grab, gonna put him
Finally
now over
आज
halfway towards that showstopper.
1% होगा. अच्छा भाई, by the way, Travis Scott की tickets मिल गई.
Get May fired up. Get him firing.
Damn bro. छट कहाँ पे आने वाला है वो?
Really feels like a win condition for this team.
Oh,
Oh my god.
hello.
Oh my
मुंह में
god.
चले गया भाई Ash win के.
Delivering a triple kill here, and Khelraay trying to come away with
कहाँ पे आने
something.
वाला है वो?
Ends up going for the higher
Really?
HP target. Can't make it happen. Now it's down to Foxy9 to see whether or not they can do a little bit of damage. Would just be a ghost left on the floor unless he can find more than one kill, but he will not. It's going to be a flawless. It's DFM. 2-0 start here on the attack.
That's as good as you can hope for. Looked like it might get a little bit scrappy there off the rip with that
यहाँ पे
sheriff in
membership नहीं
Texter's
ली,
hands.
Travis की ticket ले ली.
But
अच्छा,
Maze
50 रुपए में
able
मिल रही है
to
उधर ticket
steady the
भाग रहे.
aim and then follow up off a
कितने
good
की
fault
ticket है?
line from Art. Need more of that. You know, so far, this has been a real pain point for Gen.G this year as Fracture. They haven't won on it yet. In fact, going back to last year, they've lost on it like 4 or 5 times in a row.
4,500 से शुरू.
Or not last year. Last time it was in the map pool. So it's definitely been one of the pain points for this team. Oh, Texture.
Oh, still coming away with it. Opposite, just go ahead, eat some of the damage. Jumps out of the thorns. Will get taken down to 75, but comes away with that opening kill.
30,000 तक है.
Gen.G with the try to deny a bonus conversion. Paint Shell not going to be finding much there. It's Relay Bolt not connecting on
सस्ती
the
लिख रहे
chip
वे. साला.
bounce in the corner, but nothing further to be found. As words elude
मेरे
me.
एक दोस्त ने 50,000 के 3 टिकट लिए. Cap.
Good congestion of space by the side of Gen.G. DFM's going to try to double down off the back of that, but great timing here on that drone from
मेरे को वो
Ash.
DMI
It's a
35,000 में
confirmation.
दे फिर भाई.
The DFM is still thinking about this.
Oh, Texture. The instant
Travis
headshot,
Scott
the
से तू
slide
कमा
forward,
के
the fault line
Travis
damage.
Scott से ज़्यादा
Not
तू
gonna
कमा
be
लेगा
taken
भाई.
By that, Util ends up keeping them
Oi.
safe here for the moment. May have the bounce forward, swaps over to the Sheriff, comes away
3v2.
with that elimination.
Bro, बाय राउंड में 2 जन
online.
मर गए.
And a 2v3. Can he
ठीक है.
find the angle
I hope.
to pull the trigger on this? Jinbo,
और ना मरे.
a necessary fight victory here for
सो
him.
गया
Foxy
Foxy!
delayed, trying to go for the wide swing. Both players will back away from one
क्या
another
बात
in the
है.
end. His main will get
भाई
struck
ये
down.
काफी
Karen
गंदा एंगल है
will
मालूम
find
क्या?
two.
जहाँ पे तुम्हें ना
Spaniard
ड्रॉप भी
flushes
होल्ड
two
करना पड़ता है,
deaths,
लेकिन
but
सीडी से भी
Gen.G
कोई मार
denies the
सकता है अगर
bonus
स्मोक
conversion.
नहीं है तो.
Yeah. This round was really good with the proactive information and the proactive taking of space from Gen.G.
दो ही गन्स
Texture
बची है
there
ना.
this time decides instead of pushing out past Dish, he's just going to hold it down up on drop. That's a good kill.
7-5 first half.
DFM
Your
able to fight
prediction?
back, try to
9-3.
reclaim some of that space, but again, good timing on the drone from Ash. Catches DFM when they're trying to re-aggress towards A, and it's really solid from Gen.G to collapse onto that position. Just work those tight angles, catch DFM a bit off guard, but now you've got a showstopper for May. Things to be considered for Gen.G. Now DFM toying with the idea of trying to go towards this weak side. Meanwhile, three
Kiska 9,
members of
Kiska
Gen.G
3.
all up towards
Obviously,
Dish.
bro.
Not
Gen.G
having
का
any
9.
contact. They're going to get over here quickly if this is where DFM decided to go. But DFM playing very slow today. They're very cautious, trying to be diligent.
Trying to be diligent.
Didn't work great on Lotus, but let's see if they can turn it around here on Fracture. Being a little bit more methodical. 'Cause now they've cleared a lot of this open area over towards the A site, and that's going to be seemingly the direction they want to make this attack go on.
Mia with the ult. Nuste
Go
util.
ahead. Avoid some of the util. Showstopper. Garners respect. Just a blind shot into the corner, making sure that it's cleared out. Gen.G, 5 players in position for
drop
the
se aa rahe
retake.
niche.
Slow lurk out from Jinbung. Currently situated over that B site.
feed.
Cam is there. If the toggle comes through from Foxy,
दो जन हाई लो लगाए देखो
Had
साइड पे.
spotted him.
They'll swing in 3-2-1.
as the cam gets cleared out.
नहीं swing कर रहे.
Flashing down into
वो
lower.
फ्लैश
Texture
करके पुश
sliding
कर दिया.
forward. May just getting
ब्रा क्लियर
collapsed
कर दिया
upon.
पूरा
Ends up
Gen.G ने. टाइम ही नहीं दिया swing
absolutely
करने का.
folding as Texture takes over the
Oh,
round.
Ward
Art
got
gets
two.
his back too. Texture Karen both eliminated.
वाइस देखो कहाँ से आ रहा है.
Plan here into the
पूरा
default
गाँव
corner.
घूम के आ रहा है.
Art
Stick हो रहा है,
this one,
stick हो
needing
रहा
to
है.
try to buy some time.
अरे
It's going to be
रे,
fault lined
बेचारा.
away. Device now out into the open, and the defuse is just going to be stuck. Still some damage dealt here as Jinbung going to try to find this final elimination. And will not be able to do so. Dies right before the round swaps over. Gen.G tied up 2-2, but they end up losing damn near everyone.
Yeah, you just gotta love the play calling and the confidence from Munchkin here, where they get the confirmation off of that camera that Jinbung is going to be flanking, and that's their go signal. That's when they say, all right, let's dial it up, let's dial it in, let's dial them out. 3 huge kills for Texture on the entry, setting them up beautifully, and Jinbung too little, too late there. Took quite a while, had so much room to clear. Now Texture's got an op here.
Ooh, hits the drone. It's a bit of damage going for the reposition, the cage. Going to be falling, looks for the shot, is able to find it. Jinbung going to be taken down now, the overdrive in play. Pushing the tower, May going to be noted there. As Texture wants to pursue in for the kill, but May is able to shut him down. The site now going to be opened up, the Armageddon rolling through, but everyone able to avoid this. Just a little bit too late for Ash. Karen in the smoke as the dust settles. Plant to the corner. Karen finding one. Gen. Oh, last player alive, the only one that was healthy, and now an orbital strike here in his face.
Enable तो है उसके लिए.
Tiny little tick of damage.
Plant कहाँ का है? Open plant है.
They have salvos, they have a molly. They can try to buy some space here for
Oy,
themselves, but they
dual
won't
हक
even
दिया.
need to. Karan will just go ahead
ये
and come alive.
fight जीतता ना तो वो
Finding a
round
third
निकल
kill.
जाता.
As Gen.G
वो
finds
इधर
the
का
lead.
plant था.
Yeah, it looked like it might be
इसलिए
a
वो
pretty
deep
solid
नहीं खेला.
execute for DFM. They found a good timing to get this crunch onto the top of tower, but just Gen.G there so patient in the post plant. Karan working his way through that smoke over towards Canteen really nicely. Caught a couple weak players.
ऐसा क्या
They
देखो
knew,
इसमें?
you know, by process of elimination, they were able to figure
Wow,
out where the
क्या
plant was
मारा
coming
था
from Akame. Takes him down. Oh, that's so clean from Karan. Didn't even need the headshot. May was super weak there, but still
भाई
finds 3 in
मारा
the
है कल
round.
इसने भाई जेल्सिस ने एक स्प्रे ट्रांसफर
Already
मारा था
starting to
3
look
जनों पे.
Very nice for Gen.G. Bit of a buy down for Art. Has to go for the Spectre in full armor. And then it's rifles abound for the rest of them. But a couple ults. You do have the Armageddon. You do have
Team in
the
control.
Steel
ले रहे.
Garden. So some toys to play with. Just got to get into a position to use them. Some util to push back Karan.
Oh, Ash. Yeah, out at door.
Team in control deny किए तो
Finds two
direct
there,
stands घुस
stopping
गए
him
बे.
from advancing into Sands. Now they start working their way
दूसरा
forward.
expect नहीं
Tarns
किया.
rebuild the space into main and extending the spray to be able to take that Akame. So ends up falling with Texture.
हेल नहा गेम प्ले कर रही है DFM थोड़ी सी.
Gets the shot. Jinbok
या
now.
उन्होंने एमएन पे किसी को मारा ही नहीं था,
wow.
ना क्लियर किया था किसी ने, फिर भी वो नाइफ आउट लेके गन उठाने गया. Oh, timing भाई.
Great timing.
1v2.
Texture going to be kicking himself for that one.
He's had a couple of those today.
Jinbok in with a 1v2. Both players.
420 लाइक हुए अब तक. कोई लाइक नहीं कर रहा दोस्तों, क्या सीन है?
Be on a swivel and quickly swing out from drop. Difficult position to be in.
You would expect patience here from Gen.G.
30 seconds left.
Tap of the spike should be go sit or just making sure.
Well, they know that they're rewarded for sticking around here on this side of the map, and Jinbok not able to get out in front of that fault line. Gets stunned up. Gen.G now stretching the lead 4-2.
लाइक बटन नहीं है मेरे फोन में.
Getting
वाह.
caught this time.
Wow,
a good
bro.
change up from Ash. Using that util.
Narrowly gets it.
Yeah, that second one just barely able to drag the gun down in time. Great fault line from Munchkin. Good
खजान खेलने
patience.
वाले क्या आप नहीं समझ रहा यार.
4 in a row.
There is so much
Down
to
to
play.
Sheriff's Art, DFM. So
अभी तो
that's a costly round in a couple different
War
ways,
Zone
man.
खेलने का
Like
मन कर रहा मालूम.
you've got a couple ults there that you don't get to use. You're just shut out of the round before it even begins.
What a cam, Foxy.
Well, not getting the cam in a deep
Hello
position.
Gaspar. दो बार लाइक किया.
Makes sense, though.
Excuse me.
DFM not looking to apply pressure. 3-player swap across. This is just going to be a full north side stack from DFM.
Enjoy तो
it's
खेलेंगे
DFM,
अपन.
like you'd love to be cycling these ults in that previous round. If you could
गंजा
get there
वाला
and
गेम
getting in
थोड़ा
the
heavy
steel
लग
garden
रहा
to
है.
go,
उसमें मजा आ रहा है.
could have an opportunity
Oh,
then
go.
after this round, or who knows,
Wait,
in
what they
this
doing,
round to
chat?
grab a couple orbs, get the rolling thunder and the orbital strike available.
ड्रॉप जा रहा है.
Yeah.
और ड्रॉप ए पे कोई नहीं खेल रहा.
They
gambling
have been some
B.
rounds where they're working the
Oh,
map
they
really
pushed up
nicely.
A and they are outside B long.
They're using that util against Gen.G there. Keep Texture in the out planted.
I mean, this is going to be DFM. Okay, never mind. Orb is going to be given to May, but Orb pickup goes the way of Art. So I was going to say, Rolling Thunder's online. They have a Steel Guard to try to equalize the weapon count.
Yeah.
And they have an Armageddon. There is a lot at stake here.
You would hope that there's a real chance that he can get this done, even with just Sheriffs. Just got to get there.
Yep. Aftershock to start May.
Oh, May.
Finds the headshot. Khelraay going to be taken down.
Oh, boy.
Gets flushed out. Ash coming away with one. As there's the Steel Guard now. Going to be sent forward. Foxy9, however, up over the top at drop, finding one. Jinbok going to be taking down the Rolling Thunder now coming through to just further delay the salvos there on top. The time is gone. DFM, a war of attrition that they will win. They managed to go ahead and get themselves a round win to close the gap now, 3-4, and pull off a thrifty versus Gen.G.
Yeah,
Shit, मैं ध्यान ही नहीं दिया ये round में.
just
White टस्टी round निकल
work
गया.
the map. You know, Gen.G really committed to that B-side crunch. And we're very
मैं तो 10
slow
लाइक
about
किया,
it.
10 अकाउंट
Didn't
से
really receive much
एक
contact,
अकाउंट
didn't
से.
react to it, instead just committed. Said we'll play for retake, but against those ults, very challenging. Still some pretty impressive kills from the side of Gen.G. DFM viewing party has to like what they
Wingman
see.
को लेके बैठा था
Still
वो
got
इस पे
an ult to work
उसके
with, and you're one away from two others.
गोदी में.
So should be a really good kind of series of rounds for DFM, you would think. Again, that ult
खेलूंगी,
cycling going to be really, really
Renaissance.
crucial here if they're going to string some together. Opshot doesn't connect.
Texture, he's stuck. Relay bolt to try to buy himself some space. Does hit on the one, but oh, what a shot there. The readjustment. Catching May as he just blast packing out into the open.
वो ओह रुक क्या टाइमिंग हुआ है जिनबुक और फॉक्सी का.
Slow drift back. Art going to be taken down. The peek
Oh,
out
okay.
from Sewer Foxy finding one, then traded out. As the punish comes in. Khelraay is just
Chamad
snappy as all
bhai.
hell.
Enemy remaining.
Crazy.
Slow creep in with Texture spotting out the foot before he can get the chest shot.
एक एक
And
एक करके
suddenly
पिक ऑफ हो गए
just
भाई ये लोग
GN
DFM
left
वाले.
alive.
Sure looks very challenging for GN.
Bro, I reached plat
Yeah, how
1
would you
at
rate
50 level.
comfortability in this
You
round?
are made for plate.
I think it's probably not good.
Yeah, the comfortability here is very low, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, with Gen.G's congestion here, they can do a good job keeping him at bay, and they do.
Well, tries to go for the orb. Just gets the one in death, so Orbital will be available for the
Hoj
next
bhai,
round.
am I कैसे हारी?
Gen.G
Am I matlab?
reestablishing that lead here, up by 2 once more.
And this is, even though you're able to win the previous round, this is where it hurts that you're chewing through ult cycles, where you might be able to get him to go one more time, but you're not getting orbs well enough here for DFM either. You're on the attacker side. You have prio on a lot of these orbs, and you're not using them to get to that
IPL
orbital
matlab?
strike. You're not using them to get to the ults that you could quicker, to have more impact maybe a little bit sooner, to sort of keep yourself ahead in that game. And you're playing very reactively against what Gen.G is doing. And sure, sometimes that's going to work, but a lot of the times it's not. And there just doesn't seem to be
3-5 score चल रहा है बे.
a cohesive game plan for
मेरे को तो लगा था
DFM
9-3 off होगा.
in terms of maximizing all the opportunities that they have in front of them. And that's what's concerning. Like, this is a team that I saw in the offseason that was being very proactive on the map. They were playing off of each other well. They had good protocols. But it seems to just kind of be crumbling piece by piece as this year rolls on. Sure, some fans there for DFM, and hopefully they can give them something to cheer about. But Gen.G has been in cruise control for most of this series. And a few glimmers of hope for DFM. Hasn't gone the best, and this one has to be good. Got to get it done here. Got the Armageddon, you got the Showstopper, you got the Orbital Strike. Has to be a Guardian for GN. But other than that, you've got a good opportunity. Looks like they're going to try to contest B ramp. Oh my god.
Fast out here is Texture. Slides down over towards Sewers. Boombot damage going to be eaten. The Showstopper gets drawn out, and Khelraay's going to be dealt with. The
What? Main पे fight हो गई भाई.
Trades it back.
Munchkin jama.
Likely dead. No! May looks away. I thought he was going to be able to catch a glimpse before that smoke could bloom, but it's going to be Munchkin instead.
Bro, hell now. Why are they not watching that?
Surprise. Slides down,
Wow.
reestablishes. Art going to be dealt with, and now suddenly it's just Jinbong. Fighting back, finds the first,
Ooh,
finds the
okay.
second.
Will he expect him? Never
This
mind.
round lacking comfortability for both teams, but Gen.G
Bhai
still
sahab.
able to go ahead and steady it.
Next vlog कर. Vlog कब? कल ही तो आया एक vlog.
Oh boy.
Are you glad you made that Reddit post yet?
Yeah. You've ruined the English language for a week with just one Reddit post. Well done.
Bro, वो एक second के लिए इधर देखा हुआ है.
Timing. May just doesn't anticipate there could be somebody in that
Crazy.
corner, even with that breach util early. I like the way Gen.G uses that speed of the Neon early to open up that extra angle.
उसकी ऑप नहीं उठाया क्या कोई?
Got an Armageddon. Got an Orbital Strike. Got to get there to use it. Gen.G doing a great
Drop
job of
push
pushing the
कर रही है
tempo on
Gen.G.
this defensive side. Turning it into
Heavy
more of an
push कर रहे
attacker
हैं,
side. They're
भाग के full.
aggressive. Out of dish as well.
At the spot here. Oh my god, on the
बेचारा.
Khelraay.
मेरे साथ भी ऐसे ही होता है.
Back for one. After
हमेशा.
shots, go ahead and force
Wow,
position.
what a
Eventually they
peak,
are able to
bro.
overwhelm. So weapon going to be scooped up.
पूर्वी 3 तीनों flank आ रहे हैं.
Can try to pull off
साले
the
ये लोग
tricky
eco ही
once
जीत
again.
रहे.
You have very good post plan util and ultimates available. Armageddon going to be sent though in advance. As Rolling Thunder comes out from Gen.G, Orbital Strike as well. They're to try to stun him up, and Gen able to go ahead and hold his ground, tucked into the corner. Texture is melted down. Spike still not planted. Munchkin caught with a flash in hand, but it's going to be Ash coming away with a kill. Coming away with a second. Munchkin now with everything to do.
So they winning another thrifty chat.
Salvos to protect it. Munchkin's got an opportunity.
He does, but it has to basically just be a headshot on this 90-degree pivot. And there you go, the swing out. Another 50 going to be locked in. It's DFM. Fight back.
Yeah, and these are the rounds where they look their best, when they're these kind of fast hit executes where everybody just knows what they're doing, knows what their job is, and does it very well. Coordination is so key for this team. I mean, okay, you lose May to Karan just outplaying you when he has a stun, but you have weaker weaponry, so it's whatever. I love the decision from Texture there to just try to get ahead of the Orbital Strike. But there you go. Yep. That one was good. I think if I'm DFM, I'm saying, look, we got to turn up the tempo. Those seem to be the rounds that are working the best. Let's maybe go for some other big hits, but instead you're giving Texture open space with an operator. And he's one of the best in the game, folks, when it comes to that kind of stuff. Ooh, good. Not sure whose flash that was, but might have just saved Jinbong.
I think it was his own. He's the only vice.
Has to be his. Has to be his. You're right. That's a good point.
Yep. chock full of them. Texture, whip on the shot.
कसम
Silgarn trying to
क्या खींचा
okay,
उसने?
follow-up shot from Texture, able to find one. Jinbug now having to try to just stave him off, and will be able to do so.
Oh
but the rest of the
भाई,
team is just
पीछे से आके
getting
मार दी।
absolutely mauled to death.
वाह कसम किधर कौन खेल रहा है किधर क्या अल्ट हो रही है
So spike now dropped. Why is it always Jinbug? Just left. I mean, I guess it's just, you know, lurking sentinel.
रोज वही पहनते हो बास नहीं मारता क्या 30 अलग-अलग
Just
कोट से मेरे
always
पास
him as the
सेम
last
दिखने
man
वाले
standing.
Kind of do be like that
30
sometimes.
रोज अलग-अलग पहनता हूँ समझा क्या गरीब
Sometimes you're just the lurker, and the rest of your team gets smothered on the execute and trying to make something out of nothing. But with where that spike is, and with all the map control that they have, they can just wait. They know where he's gonna be coming from. Unless he goes all around the woods, he doesn't have enough time, so it doesn't matter.
10 seconds left.
He's just gonna have to hold on to the gun. Plenty of money for DFM, but there's nothing he can really do here. Don't want to fork over any more ult orbs, I guess. But it's, yeah, I mean, Gen.G reacting so well here. Just coming from a
रूड
bunch
क्यों
of
बोल रहे हो
different
यार
angles. Cutting
वो जो
DFM
बोला वो
off
रूड नहीं था
in
he
half,
called me
basically.
smelly
Texture
chat
got
he
this
called me
follow-up
smelly I don't smell bro you want to smell me I don't smell
You give him that space, you give him that time, and he's going to punish you.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh, Foxy.
Yeah. Scattering to the winds, and Foxy able to collect. So solid rally back here from Gen.G, guaranteeing themselves an advantage at the half. Question is it going to be 7-5, 8-4? Let's find out. Overdrive in the back pocket for Texture here. Aside from that, the Armageddon online. DFM, unfortunately, the ult cycle is just a world away.
Yep. And this is tough. This is tough for Jinbu.
I go दिखाई
No
नहीं
idea where that drone was. He's going to use that opportunity to go across the rope, setting up for a four-man hit. Foxy has trips there, so not much contact to be found. So DFM press forward. Use those salvos on Texture.
Peeks in, finds one.
okay
Spike now, drop the tower. Armageddon going to be sent out, making sure they cannot recover this. Foxy will linger on the angle before just going ahead, cutting back. Dodging out the friendly fire. Khelraay finding mates in the smoke. As the wheels are coming
और वो
off
A
here.
पे क्या कर रहा है वाइस
We look to close out the half. Slow scale forward, Munchkin hearing,
Lamau.
shooting, killing. Jinbung going to be taken down in a Kame. Last one
7-5
standing,
half हो गया
21
दोस्तों
HP. We'll just go ahead and get zapped to
Oh, sorry,
death.
8-4.
8-4, Gen.G. A good recovery after those first two rounds. Go on a massive streak. Secure a pretty substantial lead.
Yeah, it's concerning for DFM. There doesn't
कल
seem
के
to be
सारे
much
Google पे
follow-up
देखे मैंने भाई
to taking control of that space. And Gen.G just so happy to wait for utility to expire and then retake the space themselves and find kills. And just kind of brutalize DFM, to be frank. A very solid half there for Gen.G. 8-4 on the defender side of Fracture.
मेरी फीमेल फ्रेंड आपकी बहुत बड़ी फ्रेंड है
Some good rounds for DFM, but still the woes continue. They look
नाम क्या उनका
awfully off balance. And they seem that
which team you are supporting
seems
I
that
am
they
supporting
really just don't have a lot of follow through sometimes.
Delhi
It's like if they can't have that good read or they can't have that good execute,
not gonna
there's
lie
no backup plan. And there's
I've
no
stopped watching
coordination.
IPL.
Like, the amount of times I see May out there on his
Tarun
own,
सो गया
not being set up by utility. I mean, sometimes they do try, and to be fair, there was that one time where he jumped into Karan's face and he had a classic Karan had a rifle and got the kill, but a lot of times he's just drive peeking or trying to use a blast pack to clear an angle.
मेरे से चैट में
You know,
what is this bro what is this कुछ
They're
लिहाज
too
है
talented, top to bottom.
ऐसे मत
Too many
बात करा
players who
करो
are
यार
just shooters. You have to keep them off balance and uncomfortable with utility.
Well, Gen.G fans very much being rewarded thus far.
Parth thank you hello
They're feasting.
The team finds themselves well poised to get a 2-0 win here.
अरे वेदांत
DFM.
केशरी भाई एक्सक्लेमेशन यूपीआई डालो वो वाले यूपीआई पे अगर आप डालते हो तो 10 रुपए के ऊपर की चीजें यहाँ पे दिखती है आप ये वाले जो यूपीआई पे डाल रहे हो ना 2-2 रुपए हमारे सीए वाले जो सर है वो बोलेंगे मुझे कि अरे तेरे को 1-1 रुपए रोज ये इंसान क्यों दे रहा है
Overall, some damage done to Texture, but everybody on DFM hightailing it back.
Foxy all alone. Does manage to go ahead, Come away with the kill. No follow-up damage going to be found. Texture at the same time, though, sprinting in through main. Going to be stunned off the angle. There's a backpedal, but Jinbong able to go ahead and collect that kill. Khelraay holding his own as Ash holds down tower.
Ash
Gen.G
holds down.
established the lead.
3v2.
3-2 here in the player count.
Oh,
Shots flying. That causes a distraction. Khelraay turns his sights away.
2v2,
Munchkin
भाई
down
main
at
आ
41.
रहा है. Spike भी main plant
through
है.
the sewer, trying to rotate around.
उसके
as
पास
Ash
aftershock नहीं है.
Sends out the salvos right as the tap comes through.
Ooh,
Has to anticipate the presence in tower.
2v1.
But cannot do anything
1v1.
about it. And now Munchkin just waiting, sending,
He's stunned.
finding
Oh
it.
hell nah, bro.
Gets the headshot to go ahead
Hell
and
nah.
pick up the pistol 3-1 in that regard. Gen.G now up 9-4.
I mean, again, it's just the protocols and the discipline for Gen.G through the roof today. They look so clean. You know, the Jinbong trying to hold down. The tower gets the first. But then everybody playing off of each other so nicely here for the side of Gen.G. And of course, Munchkin in the post plant with a breach stun. Not going to mess that up in a 1v1. Has a great opportunity there to close that round out and capitalizes. So now you've got a couple Bulldogs, a couple Guardians, and a Marshal for Foxy9. It's going to be the buy. No weaponry purchases for the side of DFM. Just going to stick with the classics and gamble stack on a beat. And Gen.G wary of something, being a little bit
Hi,
cautious.
noob, totty player,
Spot
two
the
noob.
shoulder of Jinbong.
Two noob.
Ping
Wave
it out.
Thank
Are
you
they
for the
just gonna
potty.
Try to challenge
Noob.
this, or is this all just a bit of a ruse? Try to draw out the rotations. You know that against Nico,
Income
they're going
from
to want
illegal
to 5-stack.
activities के अंडर डालने बोलो एक ग्रुप है
Salvos
साले.
out, some noise made. Fault line at the ready. There it is. Looking for the pinch on the texture, but it's only going to be a tiny amount of damage suffered. It's just classics in hand. DFM can't really get too much damage through.
Thank you so
Foxy9
much, Fave
looking
Jets, for
forward
the
here at drop.
party.
Fast on the rotate is DFM. There's 4 players
ये भी 10-5 होने
in
वाला
a
है क्या?
position. And spotting nothing. The turnaround here, the crunch coming out from Sands, and suddenly
क्या? 3 मारे उन लोगों
kills
ने.
in favor of DFM. He shall send some Guardian
Foxy.
shots through.
Nice,
Foxy
nice,
with
nice.
classic. Able to get the right click to finish off May. Spike now going to be picked up. A Bulldog as well.
Shot, Karan bhai.
Fire
Seconds left.
Smoke's down.
allows for Foxy to safely retreat. Get the plane down default.
Planted.
Oh no.
No.
Bring out a bullet.
Oh भाई क्या
Close
पी
but no
गया.
cigar. Solid damage dealt.
Chat.
Get them nearly
हम
pulling off
संविदा
the
का
Nico
मतलब
win.
क्या होता है?
Foxy9 with 7 HP remaining. The last
हम
one standing.
संविदा.
As they start off the half 2-0.
Love the ideas here from DFM in this round. Gamble stack on a site, and then when you get
7 HP,
contact
हाँ
on the
ना भाई,
texture,
अच्छा
you
पी
throw
लिया
out the
उसने.
util to back him off, and you rotate immediately off of that. You know, there's lack of info
you.
there for Gen.G at that point in the round. You haven't had anything coming from the arcade side of the map, so you can just say, oh, let's just swing over to A. Let's just, you know, that's probably what they're doing. If Texture's not going to commit to the site here as the Neon, that likely isn't the site of the attack, so they're able to do a ton of damage. So it's a Phantom for Texture, Guardian for Foxy9, Stinger for Khelraay, a couple Sheriffs.
I mean, they're just going to look to bulldoze. Foxy maybe can create a little bit of a distract. Does have that sheer wall. There's Jinbong repositioning. Catches the glimpse. Foxy now potentially at risk, and yep, will end up dying, as does Texture. So Phantom on the ground. Munchkin able to find
Karan
one.
मारेगा.
The push forward. The Stinger.
Called it.
Khelraay gets the dragon
Stinger
across
gameplay.
and finds that kill.
3v3.
Jinbong knocked out of the
एक
park.
आर्केड आ रहा है, एक मेन आ रहा
B site.
है, और एक बीच में से आ रहा है. तीनों
in
जगह से
control
3
in
जन.
Gen.G's hands. It's Munchkin can find the timing. Oh, sends out a shot. May now going to be very well aware as Akame catches word,
2v2.
finds that punish. A 2v2.
They sent that tap of the spike
मियां भाई,
and then went
bro,
looking
what?
for
वो
kills.
लोग ये जा रहे देखो.
Playing with
And
DFM's
look at
minds.
the rotate off is
Yep.
just absolutely diabolical.
No, this
For
is
real, that's
this
diabolical.
is so
bro.
frustrating to play against. I mean, Gen.G's Munchkin is calling a masterclass here. This is a really difficult round to read, no matter who you are.
Oh, I know for sure now. May got to assess where he wants to approach from. Does he re-wrap all the way through north? Looks like they're going to say, no, there's not enough time. Just cut through the spawn. But he has no idea if that space has been refilled by Gen.G, and it has. Ash here
Sure.
finding it. Gets the headshot, and Gen.G
भाई वहाँ पे almost timing होते होते
themselves
बचा.
another bonus conversion.
Save कर रहा है.
Oh, Okay, I was gonna say the time
That was
is not gonna be
diabolical.
there. Kame, I was thinking maybe I can make a go of this, but the time is just not really there.
I didn't clear tower.
I mean, Munchkin's just making noise. It's just like, yeah, it just makes it easy for him. Walks it down, walks it in, finds that kill. Gen.G now up to 11.
And every single pistol that Gen.G won, they were able to convert the bonus on the back of it. All three of them. That's devastating. Hard to come back from that. So well played here by Gen.G in this
What is happening, chat?
middle of the round where they tap
is
the spike
happening?
once and immediately go hunting for some kills. Send DFM off balance because they've only got 2 players left. They don't know what the heck's going on. So they double back towards A. Meanwhile, Gen.G, it's just, well, we're going right back to planting. We've got a Tejo, we've got a Brim. And as Akame there, you have a little bit of util left, but doesn't choose correctly where to place it. Karan punishes him. Foxy again on arcade control. Just been the default here for Gen.G at the beginning of the rounds. Send Texture and friends over towards B ramp. Foxy at arcade. Have Karan watch your back. And then just try to fish out what's going on off the back of that info. Look at where these razor vines are for DFM. They are really gambling on this
Razor
A
vine.
hit with this Vice util. This could slow Gen.G down.
And top of the door.
Oh,
Door gets
shit.
opened up, but I mean, Gen.G, they're just fighting back. DFM feels like they have the crunch, they have the timing, they have every advantage, but they just absolutely do not. Gen.G are just firing on all cylinders. They're hitting every shot. Gen, a nice one to keep himself alive. Escapes the blast radius of the orbital strike. Spammed out, down to 74 through the box by Ash. Spike now planted,
भाई उस
Munchkin
टर्न
going
में
to
टैप
fall.
दिया बे
3v2.
लाइनअप पे ट्राई करना करण भाई पे
DFM needs the win. The 2v3,
डाल दो
I
डाल दो
should
डाल दो
say.
करण भाई मूली नहीं बची
Salvo center early off the tap. Molly not available.
What
for now. The
a-
Armageddon just going to be layered in. Gen.G wanting to give them no opportunity to get back into this round.
Ooh.
Texture still on this lurk, on this hunt. There's 3K for GN will come to a conclusion now. 12-4, Gen.G looking to speed run this series.
Yeah,
Pa,
they're
pa,
so in
para,
tune today.
pa, pa.
Making really
कोई
good
लाइक
decisions
करेगा
again.
स्ट्रीम को
Just toying with DFM's protocols.
लाइक क्यों नहीं हो रही है
Right off the rip there, open the door.
Get on the floor.
Everybody do the dinosaur.
Walk the dinosaur.
Is it walk? That's right, it's walk the dinosaur. You're right. I always make that mistake.
3-0 था ना
Look,
हर्ष 3-0 मतलब
it's DFM there. You know, GN's hitting
भाई
some
मेरे को
nice
लग रहा है
shots
इसके
today.
अगला मैच
But
ना
in
इंटरेस्टिंग
general,
होगा
Gen.G's hitting better
इसके अगला
shots.
मैच
and good
एक्चुअली इंटरेस्टिंग
coordination.
होगा एक्चुअली
And just the way that they'll be really diligent in post plants, making sure that every angle is covered, making sure that Texture can come up for free. You have that man advantage, take full use of it, full advantage of it. And well.
Cage trigger.
Also Foxy finally able to find the lurk off arcade in the previous round. Now he switches over to Dish, immediately finds value there. Things just really difficult for DFM today.
Okay, they need to sell this position.
I've made
So
thousands.
far, no one is checking. May able to find the first one, but then botches the rest. Can't find the value. And the blink of the eye. It is all just tumbling down. All going to be advanced in GN, however.
Dang.
A bit more bite still. Nice headshot. Brings us back to parity, 2v2.
GN has been hit
मैं
shots.
वीडियो लगाया था मैं सेकंड टैब में
But
उसका आवाज आया तुमको
It's not enough. See if they can maybe get this one over. I mean, you're going to put Gen.G onto an eco if you do. GN's so weak right now.
Double push past the sheer wall.
30 seconds left.
Jinbung,
चुवी
a
चू
lot of this likely resting on his shoulders.
जियान लो है चलो जी जी बाय बाय टेक केयर डीएफएम सी यू भाई 0-3 चल रही है यार डीएफएम फर्स्ट टीम टू गेट eliminated by that
Riding the rope. It's just an easily delivered
good
kill.
night
Jinbung with every single angle to clear. There's no way to make it happen. 13-4, Gen.G looking absolutely dominant here today. Only giving over 6 rounds total in this series.
6 rounds in total
Match, I should say, to a relatively swift conclusion.
Yeah, it's even more dominant than the last time they played DFM in kickoff.
भाई
It
रो
was
रहे क्या ये लोग?
13-6s on both maps. This time 13-4,
अबे रो
13-2.
रहा है यार.
The woes continue here in stage 1. DFM hasn't been able to find a map win yet.
बेचारे यार.
And it has just been rough sledding. Meanwhile, Gen.G kind of right back into form. Maybe looks a little shaky there.
Yep.
With Suggest coming in, Foxy9's back. Frankly, last week with Suggest looked okay too. So got a lot of depth here on this Gen.G team. And they're looking to try to make their way to another international event.
You can see the frustration there on Art's face as they go in for the fist bumps. Nowhere close to the result that they would have been looking for.
शी यार, must be so tough, right chat? कितना टफ होता रहेगा सोचो ना, इतने बड़े स्टेज पे इन टोटल 6 मैप्स जीतना सिर्फ. It's actually tough bro, it's actually tough. बेचारे यार. वो देखो ये तो व्लॉग करने आ गया भाई. अबे ये व्लॉग करने आ गया, इसको भगाओ. दिखा तुम लोग को वो.
Coming away with a very nice performance, especially in that first map. But now let's go ahead and send it down the stage. We got Jen standing by for a winner's interview.
एलिमिनेशन था क्या? मेरे को तो लग रहा है एलिमिनेशन था, क्योंकि अभी कितने ही मैचेस रहेंगे भाई, वो लोग कितने ही जीतेंगे अभी. 3 हार गए बे.
안녕하세요.
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 Now, Foxy9, welcome back to the stage. Now, I want to start with what your mindset was coming into today's game and what you can share with us about
Chat,
this.
जब Gen.G 마스터 जीती थी तो यही दीदी रोई थी ना?
서게 됐습니다. 먼저 오늘 어떤 마음가짐으로 임했고 또 좀 준비 기간은 어느 정도 있었고 여러 가지 물어보고 싶은 건 있는데 어쨌든 얘기해 줄 수 있는 것들 어떤 것들이 있을까요?
이제
रोई थी.
일단
हाँ,
확실히 다시 돌아가지고
मतलब
정말
खुशी
기분이
से वे,
좋고요.
खुशी से रोई थी.
그리고 총으로만 제가 했었던 플레이들을 줄이고 이번에는 좀 이제 럴킹 타이밍이나 아니면 이제 좀 띵킹 플레이 좀 해봤는데 너무 잘 돼가지고 너무
खुशी में रोई थी भाई.
마음가짐은 이제 띵킹 생각을 해보자. 예.
Well, it definitely feels great to be back. And I can't really share much, but honestly, I try to focus on my play around a lot more of lurking plays and selling fakes to the opponents. And honestly, the thing that I focused on the most coming into tonight was using my brain and not focusing so much on my gun plays or my raw mechanics. So yeah, little great mix of both. That's exactly what I wanted to ask you next, because it's not easy watching your teammates play from the backseat. So how did you try to make the most out of this period of time that you had to yourself? 더 여쭤보고 싶은 게 사실 좀 팀원들을 지켜보는 입장이 된다는 건 쉽지 않은 일이잖아요. 그동안 좀 어떤 생각들을 많이 했었고 또 개인적으로는 어떤
क्या कन्वर्सेशन चल रहा है चैट में? हाँ, 2 रुपए का मेकअप इतना लगाइए, नहीं तो नेपाली लगती, ये वो कोरिया में ऐसी लड़कियां रहती है क्या? अरे क्या चमन विमन हो क्या रे? जरा से कुछ है क्या दिमाग? कैसा बात करने का रहता है, कैसा रहना रहता है जिंदगी में? कुछ है अक्कल? कुछ भी चमन जैसा लिखे जा रहे भाई, बचकान लोग, हगरे. Wow, bro, भाई साहब. Damn. ओह, भाई इसने तो पेन भी बनाया अपना, या वो रियल है? पेन रियल है या फाकी है चैट? वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस. रियल है? डैम बे, ये कौन है चैट? पढ़ाई कर रहा है और ये भी बना रहा है। 1 साल पहले बनाया इसने, डैम। और ये कब बनाया? ओ, इम्प्रूवमेंट है बे, ये देखो, पहले ऐसा था फिर अभी ऐसा, निस्ता दूर। क्रेजी ब्रो, डैम भाई, क्या कलर दिया है ये, कितना वाइब्रेंट और क्लीन लग रहा है भाई। सो गुड ब्रो, सो गुड, वेरी नाइस। पल का चीना तो है जाना, तोहफा क्या ले, ये मैं हूँ क्या? अच्छा, मेरी स्ट्रीम है, मैं गायब हो गया था 1 सेकंड के लिए, इसलिए लगा मेरे को। प्रवेश, दीदी ने गलत ट्रांसलेट कर दिया तो कुछ कुछ क्या समझेंगे? अरे ओए, आ गया तेरे शॉप में, डैम। ए, अपने शॉप में चेक करेगा। 1750 का है भाई नाइफ। चैट 1750 मतलब कितना भाई? जितने का वैंडल उतने का नाइफ है। अपने स्टोर में आए तो अपन ले क्या? 2000 रुपए का यार। भाई पर बास मार रही है, ऐसा दिखाना है आपको? एक्सक्यूज मी, खाली हाथ आए थे हम, खाली हाथ जाएंगे, प्यार के तो मीठे बोल गुनगुनाएंगे, तो हंस क्योंकि दुनिया को है हंसाना, ए मेरे दिल, ए आई। अप्रैल फूल्स क्यों लिखा है इधर? अप्रैल फूल्स माइट टू रिवील। एक्सक्यूज मी यार, मेरे स्टोर में नहीं आया यार चैट। साला, हार्बर जब से खेल रहा हूं तब से हरा भरा कबाब बन गया अबे पूरा। देखो, ओनली हार्बर पे हरा भरा कबाब बन गया है। 28 कब मारा मैं? ये मैच था ना भाई, ये मैच था चैट, ये ओजी मैच था। दिस वाज अ मैच ब्रो। चलो मेरा सेकंड अकाउंट देखते कहां तक आया। चेंज टेक्सचर मेरे से नीचे है। अरे शिट, नहीं, मेरा अकाउंट यहाँ पे नहीं है, रुको। चलो कॉट करने का ट्राई करते किसी को चैट। कोई कॉट होगा? मेरे को नहीं लगता अभी कॉट हो रहे। अभी भी कर रहे हैं क्या चैट वो वैसा हरकत लोग? हाँ चैट, लोग वैसी हरकतें कर रहे हैं अभी भी? करते हैं क्या? अरे इमॉर्टल से रेडियंट जाते हैं ना लोअर रैंक के साथ क्यू करके। सिर्फ आप शट अप अंडरपैंट, प्लीज शट अप। तू भी करता है शट अप। सुगर डैडी, चीनी वाला पप्पा। भाई इसने भी लाइक नहीं किया चैट। ग्लूकॉन डी, डर के आगे जीत है। लाइक कर दे यार भाई, आज लाइक कोई नहीं कर रहा, क्या सीन है? पढ़ाई चालू है भयंकर। What are you drinking, bro? ये क्या? अच्छा ये स्पीकर है। ब्यूटीफुल ब्यूटीफुल सेटअप, वेरी नाइस। सैंटा क्लॉज का टोपी रखा है अभी भी। भाइयों चैटअप्स भेजो एक्सक्लेमेशन डिस्कॉर्ड पे। आर्टवर्क में कुछ भेजा है बोल रहा है ना। तो हंस क्योंकि दुनिया को है हंसा। ब्रो व्हाट इज दिस रियल? Bro. Bro. क्रेजी भाई, ब्रो इज नेक्स्ट पिकासो फॉर रियल भाई। ये क्या ही बनाया है ना चैट, ये क्या है भाई? ये बहुत ही डेंजर चीज बना दी भाई ने, इनसेन भाई। पेंटर, वाओ, वेट, नाइस नाइस। ओ डैम भाई, ये पेंटर्स पेंटिंग्स बना रहा है। ओ डैम, क्रेजी, नाइस। सिर्फ लेडीज लोग को ही बना रहा है क्या एनीमे के? हाँ, लेडा लोग कहाँ पे? नाउ भाई खा रहे हैं द्राक्ष और देख रहे हैं गोटी गेमर। ब्यूटीफुल। प्रवेश, नाइस शॉट्स। कैपकट में एडिट किया है एक एक शॉट का यहाँ पे। ओ ओ नहीं नहीं, वेट वेट वेट, इधर कुछ तो लिखा है उसके ओमन के लिए। वेल प्लेड ओमन, यू स्नेल FK, यू कुड हैव ब्लाइंडेड फॉर मी। ओ तो मतलब ओमन को गाली दी है यहाँ पे जेट ने। अबे सो गया था क्या वो? आइसो क्या कर रहा है ना? ये क्लिप से मेरे को लग रहा है ये गोल्ड है। गोल्ड। ओ भाई, आई वॉज क्लोज भाई। भाई वो घुस गया भाई। प्लीज गेस माई रैंक प्लीज हर्ष भाई। गोटेड।
अरे भाई पीछे था ना बहुत।
Bro, Reina flash was OP.
भाई वाटरफॉल स्टन दे रहा हूँ।
Good comms. Communications OP.
प्लांटिंग फ्लैंक है, फ्लैंक है।
Short.
I can wait, I'm flashing.
मेरे हिसाब से फ्लैट 2। चैट भी फ्लैट बोल रही है पेस भाई, फ्लैट 2 एटलीस्ट। चैट तुम लोग को क्या लग रहा है? असेंडेंट? टेन 13 वॉट? 247 किल करके हारा? दिस इज लिटरली मी चैट, दिस इज लिटरली मी। एवरी गेम मैं पॉप ऑफ करता हूँ, 50-50 किल लेता हूँ, बट आई लूज ऑफ स्ट्रीम। वेरी डिसहार्टनिंग। शॉट भाई, शॉट। Oh nah bro, has to be ascendant 3. I should have called immortal. मैं almost immortal बोलने ही वाला था, मेरे मुंह से आधा निकल चुका था। आया 2 सेकेंड, एक्सक्लेमेशन WH टेक आउट करो। चैट एक सीन हो गया यार, वो जो सीरियल चल रही है ना जिसमें वो हस्बैंड उसके वाइफ को कॉकरोच वाला दूध पिलाता है, वो वाइफ अभी उसके हस्बैंड को छोड़ के जा रही है यार, भाग के जा रही है उसके घर से। अभी कंटेंट कैसे मिलेगा? दिलाओगे प्लीज? आई एम योर लिटिल ब्रो। कैसा है हॉर्स भाई? मेड एन एनिमे स्केच फर्स्ट टाइम कैजुअली। अच्छा बनाया, अच्छा बनाया, फर्स्ट टाइम के लिए बहुत अच्छा है।
Red Bull gives you
कैजुअली। Chat, it is real, chat. It is real. He is not fucking. W likes. भैया आपका भी बना दूं क्या? या श्योर ब्रो प्लीज। टैलेंट है भाई, टैलेंट है हैवी। वाओ। ओ ये कौन है बे दूसरी वाली? ये तो नाटूरो है। और इसका नाम क्या है चैट? कैप्टन मार्वल। हाँ, ओ माय गॉड, दैट्स वाकड़ा सेटअप। भाई ये सो के वापरता है पीसी उसका। दैट्स पीक कोजी सेटअप। समझ रहे हो मतलब कैसा? मतलब तुम सोते हो ऐसा और फिर लैपटॉप ऐसा रख दिया है उसने। ब्रेन्स, पीक कोजी सेटअप। और ये रियल लाइफ वो मेरे को सुपर चैट दिए जा रहा है, देखो 500 फेंका है उसने। डब्ल्यू व्यूअर, डब्ल्यू व्यूअर। ओ माय गॉड, दिस इज सो क्लीन, दिस इज सो क्लीन भाई। टैलेंटेड बंदे यार, क्या शिट। ये सब लोग नशा पानी की चीजें क्यों रखते हैं यार? नशा पानी की चीजें ही क्यों बनाते हैं? ये सब मत बनाओ। वाओ, सो क्लीन भाई, सो क्लीन ब्रो, दिस वन इज एपिक। ये बहुत क्लीन है। लेडा, ओ नाइस, फाइनली अ लेडा। ये कौन है तुम लोग को मालूम? ये अटैक ऑफ टाइटन्स का एक बहुत ही इंटीग्रल पार्ट है दोस्तों। मैं तुम लोग को बताऊंगा नहीं ये क्या करता है, बट तुम लोग देखो देखो, मजा आएगा भाई। और मांगा में तो तुम लोग मांगा पढ़ोगे ना तो यड़ भग जाएगी भाई, मजाक से हटके। अभी तो तुम लोग ने कुछ नहीं देखा, मांगा पढ़ोगे ना। इट्स माई मॉम, ब्लिस बाइट्स बाय राखी मोहिते। Started making cakes in lockdown to support my family. Not easy, but I never lost hope. Made hundreds of cake and served many customers. I was hesitant, but my kids pushed me to create YouTube videos. Wow. I did not want to show my face in YouTube, but finally gathered courage to do. Damn. People started supporting and appreciating the videos. Oh boy, Sam, let's freaking go. ओ भाई मेरे को आंसू आ रहा भाई। शिट भाई, W's भाई, W's। I will show this to my mother India भाई। शिट भाई, क्रेजी। मेरे पहले इनका आ गया भाई। ओ माय गॉड, इतना क्रेजी चेटअप भाई। दिस इज सो क्लीन, दिस इज सो क्लीन भाई। ये नया जर्सी है क्या? उस भाई पीसी का कूलर खराब हो गया, आने के बाद भेजता पूरा। पीसी का कूलर खराब हो गया क्या? ओ ये मैक है क्या? बोल रहा भाई तू? काम के टाइम डिस्टर्ब नको करो। कहा है भाई तू? अरे कहाँ पे बैठा है पढ़ाई करने? जरा आजू बाजू की चीजें बता। क्या कर रहा, क्या है? काम कर रहा है भाई? बता कहाँ बैठा है, एक बार अच्छे से बता भाई, जल्दी जरटान भाई। ओए डायमंड से निकल, फिर करोगे रैंगेस। Oh my god, these guys are insane. Anjiro. Thank you so much, Harsh. I used to be a professional portrait artist. Now I do motion designs. Wow. बताओ जरा आपका काम भाई। Would love to see. अगर आप मोशन ग्राफिक्स करते हो, वैसे एडिटिंग करते हो, तो मेरे पास एक काम है क्रेजी आपके लिए। अगर आप फ्रीलांसिंग करते हो तो भाई ये क्या बनाया है चैट, ये देखो। शिट, क्रेजी भाई। चैट ये ना सिर्फ टैलेंट नहीं है मालूम, ये टैलेंट प्लस प्रैक्टिस है। हैवी भाई, जॉ देखो क्या बनाया भाई का। शिट, ब्यूटीफुल भाई, ये तो क्या डेंजर चीज है। गॉड गिफ्ट भी है, गॉड गिफ्ट्स एवरीवन, लेकिन वो एट द एंड वो इंसान के ऊपर रहता है कि उसको उसमें एक्सेल करना है कि नहीं। वो एक्सेल तभी कर पाता है जब उसके अंदर वो विल होती है, विल पावर होती है और प्रैक्टिस करने की पैशन होती है, वो जिद होती है, तभी जाके वो अचीव कर पाता है। समझ रहे हो? बाकी गॉड गिफ्ट्स एवरीवन भाई, सम और द अदर थिंग, सम और द अदर थिंग। इट्स नॉट कि कोई भी बिना टैलेंट के पैदा होता है, किसी ना किसी में कुछ ना कुछ तो टैलेंट होता ही है। ओ डैम, तुम दुकान पे बैठ के स्ट्रीम देख रहे हो भाई? डब्ल्यूज शॉप पे हूँ, लेट्स गो भाई। आ रहा है वे। डैम, और रुकना तो बंदे यार, चलना कैसा है ये? अरे गोजो, माय गॉड, हाउ आर यू? वन ऑफ द बेस्ट एनिमेस ब्रो आई हैव सीन। मम्मी इकडे नाही, फक्त हे बघ।
केक बनव
नाही बघ तर काय लिहिलंय।
स्टार्टेड
Life was not easy, but I never lost hope. Made hundreds of creative cakes and served many happy customers. I was hesitant, but my kids pushed me to create YouTube videos. I did not want to show my face in the first few videos, but finally gathered courage to do it and create my unique identity. People started supporting my work and appreciating the videos.
अच्छा मम्मी कही
हाँ, then something unexpected happened.
नाव सांग या सिल्वर
बघ, कधी आमची मम्मी करणार काय माहित. राखी मोहिते
त्यांच्या चॅनलचं
हेच असेल ना, राखी मोहितेच असेल. कधी करायचीस मम्मी? इट्स टाइम टू ब्रिंग बॅक. इट्स टाइम मदर इंडिया, इट्स टाइम. It is time. शिका बघतेस? आग बोल काहीतरी. कधी? ब्रो वाव, ये कहाँ मिलता है बे ऐसा? काकू याला सांगा एम प्रॅक्टिस करायला नुसता हगत. व्हॉट इज दिस लँग्वेज?
राखी मोहिते का?
हाँ हाँ ओके. बस बाय, इफ यू आर a true radiant, gift me a full PC setup. ओए, ये कौन से टाइप का पैरेट है भाई? इसने कौवा ला दिया घर में और उसको ग्रीन पेंट कर दिया. ना ब्रो, इज डायबॉलिकल. व्हाट? Oh hell no. He's actually an artist, chat. Ooh, sheesh. This is my goat Goku. Oh, this is my goat. Hala. अरे my manga. ऐसे डायरेक्ट डालना. ये भाई क्लिक करने डर लगता है, सॉरी. Shitting in the riot bathroom before I shit on the itchy. चलो भाई लोग, शिडिंग के से याद आया कि मुझे अभी शिशी का प्रेशर आ रहा है. तो अभी मैं जाता हूँ शीशी करने के लिए, तब तक आप लोगों को क्या करना है, लाइक शेयर और सब्सक्राइब और एक्सक्लेमेशन WH मतलब आपके वॉच आवर्स चेक, एक्सक्लेमेशन पॉइंट्स चेक, एक्सक्लेमेशन डुअल कर सकते हो एक दूसरे के साथ और एक्सक्लेमेशन हाइस्ट भी कर सकते हो, एक्सक्लेमेशन इंस्टा चेक कर सकते हो मेरा और एक्सक्लेमेशन अल्ट F4 भी चेक कर सकते हो मेरा क्लोथिंग ब्रांड। मैं आता हूँ चैट में आपसे बात करने,
rather than someone else relaying it to you and then you making the decision. So that's really what it comes down to in terms of changing up that role and IGLing from different positions at the end of the day.
Well, I'm really excited about this. Like I said, I'm very happy to see this particular map draft come through. I think it's going to be very exciting either way. And taking us through this series, we have Achilleos and a man who always picks Japan. It's paper thin.
Didn't so much in the first series, did you?
I did not.
Okay.
But I was, in my defense, I was trying to curse Gen.G.
Ah, I see.
I intentionally waited on the pick, yeah.
They clearly had some wards to go ahead and stave off whatever curse you were trying to put on them, but here we are. It could be, it could either be an okay day for Japan or a little bit of a rough one here in VCT Pacific. The desk was talking about Zeta Division that they have been on the up and up. It looks like, you know, as time has gone on, the team has gotten more and more improved. Finally, we were able to get their first victory of 2025, as well as here in Stage 1 over Team Secret just last week. Prior to that, taking a map off of T1, who were fresh off of becoming Masters champions. Let's see how they fare, though, because RRQ has been on a similar trajectory and have been looking cleaner and cleaner with this newer addition of Crazy Guy.
No, this should be a really good matchup between these two teams. Both are on the up and up. Both are looking better. I'm really impressed with the quick turnaround for RRQ after bringing Crazy Guy in as the IGL. Things look shaky against Nongshim. They're able to bounce right back, fix a lot of the issues, I think, in their macro game coming into the previous match. Here today, Zeta, a similar story. I think their macro game is a lot better. I think their ideas are more coherent, more coordinated, and you got to give the coaching staff some credit on both sides.
They're getting aggressive here. Is Cushy able to find himself a second kill?
Spike down A.
Had to trade back, been there a little bit faster. Had Sugar Zero been in position to get the catch. Could have been looking at a 3v3, but it's going to be Jemkin's life handed over for some very solid map control. Now a double stack here on the ramp for RRQ. This Cushy and Crazy Guy will look to try to bring this round to its conclusion. A couple shots out. Pulls back away from the corner. They're going to smoke main and then try to fight up into this, but I don't think they anticipated a second player in position. So Crazy Guy will go ahead, get involved in the action, and RRQ will take the opening pistol.
Yeah, good start here for RRQ. Looking really nice with their coordination and some of these ideas off the rip. Happy to contest for this space. Use those salvos to clear the back. Just worry about the players up front. Let Jemkin go in there, do what he does best, get that first kill. Crazy Guy able to follow up and then bait, you know, or get baited for by his teammate. Really nice job overall by RRQ. For Zeta, I will say, like, this is a map where they've looked pretty good. I really like the way that XDLL plays the breach here. I think he's really quite on point with the util, with the timings. Depp has been phenomenal on the Yoru on this map. He topped the charts when they played T1. He was top in kills and assists. So this is a potentially good map for Zeta. They're going to have to get through a lot of util here, and they're just going to back off momentarily. There we go. Yep, they know.
Yep. Very well prepared. As TP up onto the top, Sugar Zero also going to be noted, and widely it's looking like RRQ doing their homework, knowing how these Euro comps want to try to play around this B site, as just through the smoke, showed them not going to be given any type of opportunity whatsoever. Flawless round here for the side of RRQ's. Crazy Guy once again picks up the final two.
So the thing here now for Zeta is, okay, on this round, you're able to kind of get a look at maybe what some of the protocols are here for the side of RRQ and how they're going to handle this B-side pressure with the Yoru TP into backside, the way they're going to fall back behind the toxic screen there. You can use that against them. You can throw some util then right on the B site potentially to smother them out of there the next time you decide to go in that direction. So something I'm going to be keeping my mind on as this half rolls on. But for Zeta, got guns in hand now. There's still quite a few weapons available for RRQ, of course, as well. The judge is something to be considered. You're expecting that in mid. And look at RRQ. They're getting mega aggressive here. Now, there is some angles being held. Sugar Zero along with the breach. XDL just waiting this out. Oh, boy.
Double drift across Jemkin. Now trying to go for that wide swing. It's going to be XDL coming away with that kill. Still had plenty of teammates there for the backup. So for now, just solid timing here for Zeta Division, getting themselves that first blood of the round. So they look to try to stop RRQ from getting a bonus conversion.
Yeah, and you're going to see a little bit more of the older style of Zeta, with XQQ really taking the reins again as the head coach. This trap play, or this position from Cushy.
It's going to be at risk, and yeah, there you go. Solid headshot. Clues able to put him down. A site now wide open for the taking. As it looks like it is going to be just usher forward, plant out into the open for the most part here from Clues. Get that Armageddon online. Great linger. The lurk in mid. Showtop finding Monyet. As, I mean, Zeta Division looking for a flawless of their own. Off the angle here is XDL. Crazy guy going to be taken down. And Xpharaoh just with a judge at screens. He's got nowhere to go. He's getting collapsed upon. Showtop's coming around from the back. And widely, Zeta should be able to just go ahead and seal the deal on a flawless round.
Yeah, this is a really nice piece of work from Zeta. Just holding their ground in mid, winning that fight up towards ramp. A little bit of an off timing. If Cushy stays in that corner, he might pick up one or two, but just didn't really have a good read on what was going on in the map, did RRQ, after losing those players in mid. So opted to kind of push out to see if he could see if any Zeta players had already been crossing in his direction while they were right up underneath his nose when he chose to do so. Paid the price. XDL, man, I've been really impressed with him and Clues so far here in stage one. Obviously, Depp is Depp. Depp is good, but really it's the initiators who've been shining.
Solid way to go ahead and deny the bonus conversion. Let's see how they fare in the follow-up, though. Full rifles across the board available to RRQ. 2 players with half armor. Ult's still a ways away for both of these teams. The breach is out in front, though. Salvos will try to clear space here in mid. Xpharaoh going to be stunned up a crazy guy. Situated in B heaven. Able to spot out Depp. Pushing out from beyond that poison orb. Ends up getting picked apart. XCL tagged up as well.
Hello!
30. And already starting to get away from Zeta
What's
Division.
up?
Zeta there maybe
I'm
hoping
back from
that
the
RRQ would play a little bit closer to the front of the ramp. They did have XDL looking to try to send some util through.
Good morning.
Gets the poison orb back up. He's able to go ahead and reposition.
I had a very good
party,
dosto.
just in case somebody slipped through.
Zeta
over towards
Byron
Mail.
जीत गई उनकी क्या बात है?
Looks like they're pretty confident that no one slipped the net there.
Love these pings coming from Zeta.
That was
This
some
is them
nice
remembering
story.
what happened on their eco. Great use of the util.
And TP has to be used. Monyet able to avoid the damage. Now Zeta Division have to get themselves forward out onto the site. Monyet not going to be caught by that paranoia. Zeta widely going to be contained here. Needing to show to be able to find some kind of break in this heaven position. He's able to do so. Xpharaoh going to be taken down. 2, however, still down here on the floor. It's going to be crazy guy coming away with 3.
Is Zeta playing good? Oh भाई 50 HP पे आ गया गिर के 1v2. Siota.
Picked up.
वो Zeta की नई टीम है बे. CLG और HDLL नए players हैं.
Are still there. Half draws it out. It's going to try to force him forward because she has, I believe, double stack. So comes away with that kill, and RRQ not going to let Zeta get back into this one and tie things up.
Yeah,
और एक चैनल खोलो हर्ष अग्रवाल और उसको वीडियोस क्या डालूं?
A set play to get depth involved in the game, and instead, it's a good backpedaling there by RRQ to make sure that Depp isn't able to really do any damage, so they're able to avoid that initial util dump. But some good things for Zeta in this
I have
round.
one question. इतना जल्दी कैसे करते हो better than Flash? दोस्तों बोलते हैं कि 30 ज़्यादा देर तक नहीं करनी चाहिए, नहीं तो फिर आपके पैर के लग जाते हैं.
Still, you're seeing some good ideas, similar to that pistol round here with the util dump from RRQ. They're trying to clear the space. This time, though, they don't throw any bodies at it. Just using it to tuck Jemkin into this corner. Try to get him the kill and the TP out. This TP's all the way over on B site.
Cutting through.
Second one.
Jemkin, yep, delaying for a moment, but makes the quick hop on that gate crash out to safety. Both teams widely going to back away from this fight over A main. Once again,
Demo दिखाओ मैं नहीं मानता. Ew.
like heavy attention from Zeta
This guy
Division
is
over
so
towards mid.
ew.
Yeah, it seems to be a real big piece of their game plan on this map, is to make the other team uncomfortable up there and then set up for those crunches towards the sites. But this time, they're not really able to catch anybody off guard. RRQ isn't giving those fights in towards mid, so Clues is going to call for a group up towards A. Already RRQ sensing it because they haven't seen anybody over on the other parts of the map, and the toxic screen goes up and they're very much leaning towards this side of the map.
Pretty much everybody from RRQ in position to try to slow things up on that approach, but Shota straight shot across. It's going to be Cushy taken down, rolling. Then going to be sent out. Just a couple players here in main as well as Sugar Zero, just desperately trying to
what a dodge.
way into the corner, but Gen.G is here, and it's
shut
just
down.
a firing squad as
That
everyone
shut
is
down
lined
gameplay
up
by Zeta.
and mowed down. No time to play with the stick.
Zeta कैसे जीत रही है यार?
Tep looking
Are
for
you
it,
serious,
and
bro?
he's got it.
Bro, how Zeta won this round? I thought RRQ को one side जीत गए, सब मार दिए थे side वाले ने. तो कौन मरा कौन? और किधर मरा?
Damn, if it isn't costly for both sides.
Well, it looked like Zeta was just going to be run over in that round. Just absolutely
what happened?
Ground to dust as they try to come through towards the site.
Shota ने एक spam में मारा.
Through the smokes. Then yeah, the rolling thunder lands.
Ramp पे वो मरा क्या
walking
बंदा?
down the ramp.
अच्छा ये heaven out क्यों peek किया हगाते ने?
Expecting them to keep peeking forward, sort of pre-fires into it. But Depth there knows that he has to
ramp भी peek किया, CT भी peek किया और side वाले भी मार रहा है.
That RRQ was already going to be there.
हम लोगों ने नहीं peek लेनी
and
चाहिए
opted to go for the kill instead, and that turned out to be a great play. Mr. Reliable is Depth. But that looked like it was going to go
IEM around 1K or should I increase budget?
Yeah, it's coming from Zeta. I get why.
ठीक है.
We also probably could assume that it was called before.
Yep.
I don't know the
XDLL. अच्छा player है क्या XDLL? Fangirl से भाई उसकी.
Timeout request, but either way, don't think it's
blink कर रहा है. अरे उसको problem रहेगा भाई.
too incorrect because you don't want to be winning rounds like that.
Yep.
It's not the most reliable strategy. Need to have some cleaner ideas and not be crucially running the clock down, which is something that Zeta have been ridiculed for, let's say, in the past. They've been better about it here in 2025.
Yeah, I'd like to see them mix it up.
Get up early.
With
make
a
your
few
body work
aggressive hits
and
here and there, especially when you have a rolling thunder and a Viper's pit. That gives you a lot of ability here to get a plant down and get into a post plant and win a round. But there's so much to delay util, obviously, with both of these teams running mirror comps, with the Teos, with the breaches. So you're trying to fish that out and then maybe go for it. I'd like to see them, man, if they hit a rolling thunder here, I think they're trying to set up for a mid hit using the utility from Garage, from XDL, to potentially set up Dep and Clues, just see if it comes through. And then, of course, Shota just on flank duty.
Shota.
Going to use the util there to try to get some info. They're going to see that ropes is clear. You do have Xpharaoh hiding behind all that. Re-clears that space behind the util itself. So this gives RRQ pretty good idea. Yeah, this is going to be B. And everybody's already over here.
लेकिन पैसा नहीं है RRQ के पास. Chemkin के पास है Phantom.
Comes the rolling thunder. Gate crash out. Don't believe it connects onto anyone here. It's Gen.G able to get in on top. Dep gonna be taken down. Cycle on the smoke here, just keeping this.
रुका दिए वे. Ult किए उन लोगों ने फिर भी दिखा दिए. Now just 30 seconds. What they gonna do?
Looking like similar scenes here.
Mid to A जाने वाले ये लोग.
Running lower and lower. She'll be able to find one. Cushy gonna be taken down.
Bro,
Team
they should go mid to
onto
B.
the A site for the check.
ना, Thrifty जीतने वाली है यहाँ पे. मुझे ने cancel क्यों किया TP उसका?
Zeta, they're gonna pivot back in towards B.
Spike is going B.
However, Fault Line gets a catch on the
और
two.
Monius spawn पे क्यों है?
For one, things are
अबे
getting chaotic. I'm not sure
भाई
what the hell
खेल
is
ली ना,
happening. Either way,
खेल ली ना
down the
Zeta.
flank coming through now onto the B site.
खेल ली Zeta यार.
Players from Zeta in position, but weapons now scooped up.
It's a risky fake for Zeta, but it worked.
Pit invested, but here comes the dimensional drift. Gen.G just scout forward into this, try to identify where they're at. Checks out the outskirts of the pit, sees one. Sugar Zero going to be pinged. Doesn't go deeper. Likely gets the read that Shota's going to be positioned over towards Alley. Time is ticking. Sugar Zero going to hold the line. Finds one. Gun down. The Stinger coming away with one. XDL turns back. Finds one yet. Crazy guy at this point. Just trying to see if he can do some additional damage, but with the weapon in hand, go ahead and look to save. Needs to fight his way out of this one and will be able to do so. And XDL going to die to the spike eruption. So no one surviving on the side of Zeta Division. One survivor on RRQ. And we are tied up at 3-3.
This is a wild round here by Zeta. They try to use the Rolling Thunder and a quick TP from depth, but it's, again, read really nicely from RRQ. They're doing a good job of avoiding some of these big util hits that Zeta wants to set up. But Zeta so quick there to move around the map to immediately head to mid and then split into 2-2. You know, just saying, we don't know where they are, they don't know where we are. Let's just gamble and see what happens. And it worked out. Good read.
I mean, they made it with 2 seconds to spare.
Depp has a shotgun.
Time to jump.
And he does. A Bucky in hand. And it's just a TP across to get to the back pillar. Depp continuing to scout. Nothing going to be spotted. Says it's all clear here. So the rest of the team pushing forward. Bucky now in an aggressive position forward. Is able to collect one. Monyet going to be taken down as Crazy Guy forced away.
Spike planted.
Drone going to be cleared out here from Cushy. 4v5 for the attempt at the retake. Zeta upping the pace this time around. Like they certainly caught some players of RRQ a bit off guard.
Cutting through.
Salvo's going to be set. XCL forced out into the open when he doesn't have bullets remaining in the mag. RRQ flood their way back into the site, but now it's still a 2v2. The taps coming through frantically, looking to try to get any kind of spot outs here. They know where Shota's at, but I don't think they've confirmed Depp at all. Pop flash going to be sent. The time is just working against them. RRQ not able to find a round win. Nice shot from Shota to go ahead and make it a bit more costly as well. And Zeta Division will go ahead and gain the lead.
I love this from Zeta. Just a quick hit. Give Depp a shotgun, clears the site, gets into B alley, and finds a great timing with this Bucky. You know, nothing for RRQ to do here except try a flood retake, and it looks like it might go, but not knowing where Depp was, Shota being able to maintain control of B heaven. Shota's having a really good map here in terms of impact, not just with the frags, but with the map control. And yeah, our pub fens are back.
They are. The guy's not there though.
It's a bit sad.
I'm hopefully like the Zeta fan shows up.
Points increase कैसे होते हैं बातें करके? आप किसके तारीफ से हो?
मैं unfortunately eating during the ace.
Yeah, it's like bleached blonde hair popping off like crazy and then misses the ace because he's just too focused on his food.
ये स्कोर UI में 1-1 क्या है? मतलब एक मैच जीते एक मैच हारे वैसा है.
It's been a weird one so far.
Yeah.
4-3, tight between the two teams. With 7 rounds played, we've had both teams having to use a timeout.
Well, you're seeing some depth from both teams in terms of being able to read the map, being able to work the map. I mean, I think RRQ has mostly had some pretty good ideas early. Now Zeta's made a few adjustments post their timeout. So now it's time for RRQ to try to figure that out themselves. Maybe be a little bit more aggressive towards the points of attack here. Maybe see if you can find those early picks again like you did on the pistol round. Might be something to consider, but you have to be a bit careful, of course, with the Armageddon in play and with the weaker weaponry. You know, this might just be a send anyway because, well, you're on an eco and your opponents aren't, and they're on low money too, so you could do some economic damage potentially. Depp's going to get into the corner and use a drone to try to lead the way for him. Get a spot, and that immediately sends RRQ backpedaling, worried about some kind of response. But with Zeta having this much mid control,
Gen.G वाला Gen.G one side जीती भाई.
Pretty tricky now.
They spotted the Vandal though, so the one weapon held forward is going to be noted. Champion is going to be calling the timing. Sugar Zero, putting him down, avoiding damage taken, and he can continue to play split away from the rest of the team. Has that ult to join back in instantaneously. As Depp does get noted in mid, so solid little re-clear here from RRQ.
But all it takes is that mid positioning to make them think that this is a B hit.
Oh.
They completely misread it.
Now the TP forward here into the A side. Sugar Zero can stick this. Just a ghost in hand for Xfaro. No peek to be had. Getting the Armageddon out. Be a nice little consolation here for RRQ. Cushy on a flank.
Cushy का ult है.
Yep. Might be able to find a timing. He's going to swing around that corner. He does get the catch. XCL going to be taken down. Now their own
अभी Cushy ult करेगा. उनको city push मिल गया.
They are going to. Try to clear. Also that back sight. Monyet going to be hounded down though. Crazy Guy swing out. eliminated.
That's a 1v1?
It's now just
अरे भाई ऐसा क्यों?
Sugar
उसको
Zero
info नहीं था क्या
gets to the
CT है?
3K.
अरे वेस्ट 5-3 चल रहा है भाई.
5-3.
Zeta
Not
5 दे रही
allowing
है.
that Thrifty to come through. It gets damn close. They have to use some ultimates, but they get the ults out of RRQ as well.
बंदी से बात कर रहा था मैं दोस्तों प्लीज मुझे ऐसा डिस्टर्ब मत करो.
Great counter moves being made. This is actually the backbreaker for RRQ. They might actually win this round if Gen.G doesn't get caught in the corner there. But off the back of their ultimate, Zeta Division's Shota pushes right at the back of the Armageddon as he's following the waves of it. And Manyet actually kind of reads that might be possible. Throws a paranoia out.
इनके जैसा जर्सी किसी का तो था पहले बार.
And Manyet gets caught off guard because of it. He thought he had that clear. Oh, speaking of Manyet. Goodbye, Dep.
वो ओपन वाला टीपी था क्या? मेरे को लगा वो बराबर टीपी किया है. ब्रा फ्री फंड में 2 kills मिले इनको.
With a very solid advantage. So 2 players down.
Hell nah Dep भाई.
Half the smokes. Now Shota going to be noted here in the corner. Really stunned up.
Well, this has gotten very tricky. I like this from RRQ. Again, be aggressive early. See if you can find those picks. Put Zeta off balance. Don't let them group up. It is going to be a little bit open room, but obviously that late poison cloud is quite a bit of info over to RRQ in terms of, okay, well, we know we've given up that space. Just hold ropes, hold mail. Should be relatively A-okay.
अमन भाई पता नहीं यार YouTube पे सर्च करो. Take it for 3 months.
3v5. Sphero tucked here into the corner. Salvo's not going to clear him out. Surely they have to get a read on this one. They kind of do. Clues does manage to go ahead and get the pivot, finds that shot.
2v4. Oh, 2v1.
Eliminated.
Oh, sorry, 4v1.
Now it's just Clues all alone. Takes a shot over at the fake out. Now is going to look to pivot back.
Plant ही नहीं देने करने देंगे ना भाई. सब है भाई crazy guy पे सब.
Completely sprinting over. I mean, got the time for the plan, but not the time to go ahead and
save कर ले.
of RRQ players. So we'll just end up backing away into mid to hold on.
5-4. RRQ back in the game.
Go ahead, break this minor win streak from Zeta Division. Bring it back to just
Tag him
a
at 3
single round
months. Aman
separating.
Gyamar.
Yeah, now you're starting to see RRQ being a lot more proactive with the space that they're giving up and taking space early to find those picks.
Crazy guy का ult आ रहा है retake के लिए. Eco round है Zeta का.
Adjustment has been made. Oh.
Bro, कैसे बे? वो open में TP हो गया. उसका शायद lineup गलत हो गया.
That's clean. That's clean.
Idolvan पता नहीं.
Gonna do a bit of a push through. Gen.G's gonna throw a TP back. They're gonna try to set up a bit of a mid hit, expecting something from Zeta.
Gen.G quick peek. Sugar Zero dead.
Didn't even need the util. Just took him down.
I go! X-Sparrow!
Whippy on the shots, ends up dying. Gen.G still here, however, fights back from stairs. Dep now on the floor. Clears out the drone. They don't really learn anything new that they didn't already know.
2 rifles है अभी Zeta के पास.
You gotta
और एक की तरफ जा रहे हैं.
Now, XDL with just a sheriff over there on B.
Spike अकेला ये पे.
In front of him. Has to back up a little bit. Shota continuing.
पूरा RRQ B पे.
Take some kind of control.
Oh hell nah, bro.
Gen.G
shouldn't have died there.
Starting to maybe heat up a bit. 3K for him. Spike in position for a plant, so some money can come back here into the hands of Zeta Division.
अगर Viper जिंदा रहता तो round निकाल
सकते थे.
सकते थे.
Charge towards that next Armageddon. No eyes down into mid. XCL just going on a bit of a walkabout here. It seems like they want to try to explore their options a little bit more, but Gen.G is now on for an ace.
Gen.G का ace है. नहीं कर पाएगा actually वो.
Doable.
Gen.G actually ace नहीं कर
Give it
पाएगा.
over to him. Prefer to give it to Crazy Guy if possible, just for the ult charge. He's already got his ult. He's already feasting. Let someone else eat.
नहीं कर पाएगा ace.
Well, he's going to be denied it. His Clues is just able to fight back.
I'm sorry.
And not going to
I'm sorry, but I saw that coming, bro. I saw that coming.
We'll just be cushy, putting him down. The defuse coming through, and RQ tying us up at 5-5.
Yeah, it's a really good read for the majority of these rounds on how Zeta wants to use the Yoru and how Dep wants to kind of get involved in the game. Just a good early pick That was set up from the rip to potentially use some util. They don't even need it. They just get the one and done. They're able to hold on to their util. I don't know. It didn't matter anyway. Gen.G was just knocking people down. But they do a good job of shutting down the Yoru stuff early. So you need to see a little bit of a different look from Zeta. A lot of their game plan has come on the back of throw some utility, throw dep in, see what happens, and mostly it hasn't gone great. And they're able to play recovery off the back of that. There they go again. This time they're able to sneak him right through xFaro. Good deep smoke this time from Sugar Zero. Dep's gonna try to watch for a player coming through, but it's noted, they understand what happened there. So now Dep just has to try to work through on his own. Not much information otherwise. You're not going to get a little bit off that drone. You're just going to find Gen.G who's got an op. That's good, though. That's a huge, huge find with the drone.
वो ऑफ स्पॉट हो गई.
For a second, I thought they were going to check up there.
Zeta ये राउंड हारती है तो उनका इको आ जाएगा.
Proper
के पास ही जा.
Gets the catch, the instant headshot. Gen.G
वो ड्रोन उसको स्पॉट नहीं किया ना, तब भी सीन हो गया.
Cushy quick to go ahead and trade it back. As xFaro tucking back, avoiding the stun, hearing all
Crazy guy
this
का ult
action on
retake
the
के
B
लिए.
side.
तो लोग चिलिंग्स में खेल रहे हैं.
Couple shots through. Fake out dissipating. The spike now going to be planted here by Clues, who's going to be one away from having that Armageddon online. Rolling Thunder at the ready, but
Bro, दो जन हेवन से लेट आ रहे
here taken from the side.
अच्छा नहीं एक ही आ रहा.
So no one gets caught. Zeta Division looking to still try to go ahead and sneak away with this round. Defuse being started. The hold that.
Damn, xFaro goated. एक और आ रहा है मिड से लास्ट.
Completion. Dep just not
होल्ड नहीं कर पाए बेचारे.
To stop this one. And RRQ now start building up a little streak of their own as they get up to 6.
Yeah. Some great decisions on both sides. I like what Siota's doing. He's the one who's able to open up a little bit of extra space, but RRQ able to respond in kind to take him out quickly. They use that opportunity to get the plant down, try to go for the deep post plants, but just get really torn apart there by RRQ. Didn't have the salvos in cycle yet from Clues, so
आज गंजा गेम होगा पता नहीं लाला.
the way they wanted to. You're gonna have the Armageddon.
Double op.
Yeah, double op. Why not?
And a pit off the rip. Maybe slightly unexpected here. Typically, you know, default pit position just going to be there in mid, hold down that pool's midsection of the map. Instead, just looking to try to go ahead and stave off any pressure towards this A site.
Maybe hoping there that you get the Armageddon out of the way with this pit. You can lure them into the operator, but so far Zeta's able to mostly kind of work their way around it. They've got complete mid control. Op was passed over, or dropped, excuse me, by Crazy Guy. He's got his Vandal in hand. It's a great stun. That delays Zeta even more.
Jumpkin spotting out one. As Crazy Guy just trying to hold things down over at vent, finds one. Sugar Zero.
If they win this,
quick peek back out from around the outside of the pit from xFaro.
मेरे को लगा Zeta का इको आ जाएगा यार
towards that A site.
इधर से तो पैसा निकाल के बाई किए ये लोग.
Into the triple stack at B. Flash not going to be finding much of anything there as the Armageddon does get sent down. Oh, Cushy hitting the one tap. Dep going to be put down on the floor. The re-peek is Gen.G coming away with 2.
That was some lack of communication, lack of smokes, and lack of diabolical gameplay. That peak was obnoxious. उसको शायद लगा कि CTB कवर कर रहा है वर्ल्ड और लेकिन इको आ गया अभी. Oh अच्छा last round.
That's going to be RRQ recovering the half now up 7 to 5.
Stream today, yes.
Yeah, not a bad half though for Zeta. I think you're pretty content with getting 5 on your attacker side. You have to feel like your defense can be pretty clean. I'm not sure what this Armageddon was though. That one's a little weird from Clues. Basically the only thing it clears is just right underneath the Raptors. That's by the box by Ali. Okay. Anyway, still though, you're able to string enough together there as Zeta, look good enough to seemingly make this look like it's going to be a very competitive map. And for RRQ and attacker side, that the last time we saw it was completely ineffective. 0 and 9. Gotta love the hype man there, letting him know. A lot of Zeta fans, of course. I'm sure we had a lot of fans come over from Japan today.
Yeah. We're looking for something to cheer for, frankly, just to be blunt, after the first series. And a bit more action, a bit more liveliness being shown here from Zeta Division thus far. Like you said, overall, scoreline not too
VCT
bad,
toppy.
but I think still could have been
VCT toppy.
better. A lot of those rounds getting worked down to the wire.
Bhai, look, 100 more likes for 1K.
Running
Can
out
we
of
hit
time.
it, please? Thank you.
And RRQ just had an overall very solid initial read as far as what the game plan is going to be from Zeta. There's been some solid adjustments, some good lurks to make this a bit more contentious, but
New bold phantom worth it. I don't know.
RRQ,
I think
Zeta
it
now
is
looking to go ahead and equalize
very
again.
mid. Very mid. Very.
Looks like Zeta gonna throw a few bodies at A themselves in the early part of the round, but RRQ is anticipating that there's gonna be a push out somewhere on the map. They guessed B. It's actually A, but Khelraay playing safe the whole way through. That's the call for the immediate rotation over from Crazy Guy. He says, okay, that's where they got aggressive. They're maybe gonna fan out more, maybe try to reestablish mid control. Let's just shift over to the other side, see what we can get done. Dep.
No gate crash for the moment.
Yep.
Does not have an exit strategy.
Doesn't have much help.
It doesn't have one available.
Ooh.
So he's just
but उसने ये नहीं डाला उसका teleport. Never mind.
Oh, Monyet
भाग
go
भाग
ahead
के
and wide
मारे
swing
भाई.
out. Breaks his crosshair. Clues. Lingering in behind, has to be wary and reads the corner.
देखिए इनके
quite well,
प्रोटोकॉल्स
but
डिसाइडेड
Sparrow with
होते हैं
that
चैट कि
frenzy.
भाई अगर ये पुश कर रहे हैं ना तो ये होल्ड गन करेगा और ये होल्ड कैसे करेगा. देखा सब लोग जा रहे थे साइड पे वैसा वो रुक गया अकेला.
Khelraay pulls back now deeper into main. Paranoia out, Jimkin able to find Shota.
वो लोग सिटी पुश कर दिए देखो प्लांट
This
लेके.
pistol is looking damn good for the side of RRQ.
भाई वो देखो ब्रीच ऊपर आ गया वेंट से. क्रेजी.
Now just Sugar Zero in at range, not going to be able to do too much. The shots a bit
स्पाइट
too
बंडल
clean,
तुम्हारा
Crazy
स्टोर में.
Guy.
स्पाइट बंडल स्टोर में नहीं
Another
आएगा.
2K
वो
for
तुम्हारे
him, and RRQ
स्टोर
takes
रोटेशन
another
जो
pistol
रहता है ना
now,
उसमें
up
आएगा.
Yeah,
मतलब
this
हर
is
दिन
so
जो नया
well
स्टोर
thought
आता है
out
ना
by Crazy
उसमें
Guy and
रैंडमली
RRQ.
आएगा तुम्हारे को स्माइल.
No contact on one side of the map. You had an aggressive push out that really didn't amount to much on the
पता नहीं
A
डोलू
side. So now let's go back that way. And Crazy Guy the whole time just ends up lurking.
Crazy Guy का hand cam क्यों चल रहा है?
That's why he's able to catch the Zeta players off guard on ramps initially. They're not anticipating that somebody could quite be there so quick. And really just well thought out, well set up.
Why did Crazy Guy have the streamer cam set up, just aimed at his hand?
That's all you need to see.
That just, it's just like, yeah.
That's the moneymaker, baby.
Yeah, don't look at my face, look at my hands.
That's where he's getting the work done.
110 lakh by putting money on Gen.G. हम नहीं मानते.
Oh, Jemkin.
At least 2000 हमारे पास आने चाहिए तभी हम मानेंगे.
Swaps it over. Anticipating some pressure come through vent there. Salvos force him away.
They're just gonna full 5-man stack in mid here, or Zeta. They're trying to find a way to lure RRQ in, but
बराबर तो
they're
बोल
not
रहा हूँ
taking the
यार.
bait.
10 लाख अगर
They're
कोई
just getting
जीत
a
रहा है
ton
तो
of
उसके
info
लिए
off
2000
Khelraay.
कोई बात ही नहीं है. और लर्क कर लिया इसने अंदर.
Huge.
Finding one to fight now at the ready. And Clues just gets destroyed.
मून ये कहाँ जा रहा है?
Scales forward, ready to meet them. They just don't know what's hitting them here. Khelraay absolutely taking over the round.
मून ये गार्डन में घूम रहा है.
Concuss will
वाह.
connect, gets a bit of damage there onto Shota. Puts him down to 70. Ghost now going to be picked up, but they're fanned out. They're in control. RRQ up by 4 as they hit 9.
Is that his teammates concuss?
शायद उनको लगा था कि वो लोग फोर्स किए रहेंगे में भी तो इसलिए वो फोर्स वाले बंदे को जो सेव कर रहा है उसको मारने में मोन ये गया.
There was no assist on
But that's
that.
diabolical.
And Viper do not have a stun. Yeah, okay. I mean, just nasty stuff from Khelraay.
लीड का गन बड़ी लगा है चैट एक्सपेरो ने.
Happens.
It happens.
Viper has stun, bro.
Viper has stun, bro.
Well, clearly still having fun with it. Outlaw now in play. Only 1 half armor on the side of Zeta.
That's Dep. And he's in mid, so
Cover going out.
that's the direction Monyet wants to go. But right now, Monyet looking to try to deal with Sugar Zero. You know that's going to be your opponent over on this B side 90% of the time.
Good morning, Rushabh. Bye.
He's usually quite good. Good for the timing on the smoke clear. Sugar uses that to hide himself, has to repop his smoke.
Cycles another
मैटर क्यों नहीं हो रहा है यार गेम में? चैट मैटर होनी चाहिए, क्लचेस होने चाहिए, बैक टू बैक, नींद उड़नी चाहिए, यड़ भगनी चाहिए, काम 25 हो जाना चाहिए.
Timing shots here.
He's trying to get ahead of this. He knows he's in trouble if they flash through here. Yeah.
Oh, should have caught a tiny little pixel out of place there as that smoke was dissipating. With the flash through, off angle taken, does manage to find a bit of damage and showed that blinded up. Picks off Monyet. Salvo's now going to be sent out. RRQ held at bay. Sugar Zero swinging on the corner, finds one more. Cushy going to be taken down here as Clues
Crazy
comes in. It's now down to X-Pharaoh. Dep at 7. Weapon swapped over. Some time to go ahead and get the reload off. Could be winnable, but doesn't check down below. So Clues at drop, able to find it. Bonus not going to be convertible. But only 2 players surviving. So it's still very good damage dealt by RRQ.
Yeah, I really like the way that Sugar Zero plays this round. He's being very methodical with the timings on his smokes, making sure that he's not giving RRQ
याद है वो टाइम जब 3 फ्लैश हुआ करते थे ब्रीच पे, स्काई पे 3 फ्लैश हुआ करते थे.
Retake for Zeta. They're able to, or not a retake, but just good defense there. Able to shut him down pretty nicely. However, money wasn't so great, so they're going to have a Stinger and a Guardian. Full rifles for the side of RRQ. Zeta's just going to push the heck out.
जेट के 3 स्मोक, वाइपर के 2 मॉली.
Stays quiet.
Oh भाई इसका टाइमिंग देखो भाई एक्सपेरो का.
Be able to find a catch here on the Clues. Oh, here's the orb being taken. And yep, just absolutely rips him to shreds. In the meantime, A site, yep, thank you. I was gonna say, Spike is being planted.
पूरा गांव एक साइड पे वो लर्क कर रहा है एक साइड पे. देखो अभी सीटी से आएगा पूरा.
Wow. Okay. Smoking to heaven gone.
10-6 तो हो सकता है ये.
Picking up one, so 4v4, still this very deep lurk coming through from X-Pharaoh.
Observer क्या दिखा रहा भाई?
There's a hold things down here at main. Smoke, however, going to be cycled in a bit too late. Sugar Zero, which finds one, but now X-Pharaoh strikes. Cushy's still here behind his screen to back sight.
Beautiful fight.
Pick apart the remaining
Beautiful
2.
flank.
That's RRQ not allowing for any kind of back-to-back action here in this second half. Zeta going to be held at bay at 6 as they get up double digits.
Burger looks, burger hits good. Burger अच्छा लगता है मेरे को.
As that lone player
वो KFC के bucket वगैरह ना मेरे को overrated लगता है.
Early in the game on the pistol round, where he was just kind of waiting to see what they do. And this time around, instead of just calling in the reinforcements, he just plays for himself. Says, I'm just going to wait him out a little bit, see if I can catch him off guard. He does it perfectly. And even though Zeta tries to react quickly to that A hit, they're just thrown completely off balance, and the crossfires are in place for RRQ, and they're set up very, very nicely. Clues just going for a timing shot there. Nobody home for RRQ. They're nestled, waiting to see if anybody else from Zeta is going to try to ruin their round, but nobody.
भाई कितने जन बोल रहे चैट में नशा खेल सालों नशा हो गया तुमको.
Nashadiyo. Get the drone out at the very least. Jemkin spotted, so that's going to probably pull some rotations over from Zeta. How did a crazy guy in RRQ want to mess around with that info? Instead, it's just another pause. They're really nervous about some kind of trap or something like that being set up. And rightly so, it's split and going against a team on an eco. I get it.
3 sheriffs, classic, and a ghost here. Zeta, thrifty win here. Could be enough to try to get themselves back into the action, but Dep, caught by Jemkin, goes up and over the top, reads it beautifully. Shota, no idea what had hit him. A sight open here for the taking. Poison Orb just bounces up into heaven as CL needing to try to find that kill, but Monyet's got covering fire and ensures Jemkin's survival. Not much more to be done here. Clues, Sugar Zero could just stay collected together and wait for this spike to go off.
Very difficult. RRQ being so diligent. Oh, Cushy. Steps right into that smoke, finds Clues.
Sugar Zero does manage to find one, so it's not going to be a flawless. It looks like Sugar Zero not going to opt to go ahead and pick up that Vandal and go for the save. Will just leave it where it is. Suspects that it's going to be watched, and he would be correct. So we'll just go ahead and go down to the spike. RRQ now up to 11.
I think you're going to need a timeout here. I think Zeta still has one more, right?
They do.
Yeah, okay. So
both teams have one remaining. We had 2 timeouts burn in the first 7 rounds, and then radio silence.
But I think that would be a good time for one. There's still a chance to turn this map around. It's not going to be easy. RRQ looks really sharp today. Again, you know, the big problem for them against Nongchin on this map, right, was that they were too slow. They were too diligent, and then they couldn't be decisive.
6-11 स्कोर चल रहा है यार. क्लच विच क्यों नहीं हो रहे चैट? क्लच विच दिखाओ भाई. क्लच विच.
Give that a pass a bit. But now they're being a lot more decisive towards the end of the round. Like once they find that open space, once they feel like they've got the read, they just go for it. And Jemkin's just drive-bying with some flashes. Depth's just like, nah, dog. I don't like this.
Has to exit. Oh, site going to be opened up, stealth drone. Maybe catching a quick little glimpse there, but doesn't really tell them anything they wouldn't have already known. And because that doesn't go up, it is now in play. Jemkin holding the alley access with that shorty in hand.
Now you've taken the op out of their hands, basically.
A little bit of damage, but yep, there you go. Jemkin one turns back into the pit. CL dead on the floor, Manya up into having a minor little one-way trying to play around. It's going to be a flawless for RRQ to get themselves now up to match point.
I just love it. Again, changes in tempo here from RRQ. This is something you love to see, and it's so hard to read as defenders. You know, yes, you have the Aura ultimate. Yes, that makes it easier to do that. But then getting to a place where you can put that pit and have good value. You know, Dep's got an op. He's basically nullified, stuck in the back of alley without any angles to watch because the pit's right in his damn
subscribe to the channel too.
Good luck. And Jemkin's just all over it. Great round from him.
Oh, last-ditch effort as Armageddon sent out very early here. And this crazy guy dead. XCL coming away with that one, but the trade is in. Jemkin keeps the numbers evened up.
अच्छा वो वहाँ पे aftershock से मरा है bro. Damn, how? He got stunned or what?
Drone does identify the breach's position. So RRQ know that if they decide to continue pushing forward towards A, that Rolling Thunder could greet them very quickly.
Now Dep gonna have to use his ult to figure out what's going on. They lost complete control of that part of the map.
But now the Rolling Thunder's gone. Jemkin just kills him.
Oh my god. Dep had spotted him and XDL's like, yeah, I got this. No, you don't. Oh boy.
The hinges getting looser and looser here. The door about to fly off. Sparrow creeps forward, gets over towards drop, unscouted. I mean, Kep lands on his damn head!
Oh my god. Bro, दो मारे.
Stops him, but that doesn't do it. A lick of damage.
सर पे बैठ गया उसके सर पे.
13-6. RRQ, a bit of a wonky start. A very weird map of split in the first half, but then just clean.
Yeah.
The whole rest of the way from RRQ.
I mean, just great reads, great decision making, great individual skill on display, everything you could want. I liked Zeta's game plan early, but
भाई क्या ड्रिप में यार डेप ड्रिप बॉय है एकदम छावा बॉय यार डेप. What in the world is this, chat? एक लाख VP giveaway. Yes, that was real. भाई उसने वो ये देखो कैसे मस्त लगाया कुशन्स. I mean noise cancellation के लिए ये. Wow, this must be working surely, bro. Beautiful setup, beautiful. माउस चलता है। अरे माँ कसम भाई, हैवी माउस, हैवी माउस, हैवी माउस, लाले लाल चेटअप भाई, वाओ। माउस चलता नहीं है, तू उसको चला रहा है भाई, वो जमापुर हो चुका है। चैट आई लाइक दिस। ओ, इसने मांगा बनाया, शायद मांगा। टुमारो रुद्र सेंस आर्मी अराइव्स, वी मस्ट प्रोटेक्ट आवर होम मांबा। ओके, डैम पटी मैन। ये क्या, ओ बॉयस, अरे अरे अरे, ओ माय गॉड चैट, नाइस ब्रो, ये बहुत हेवी बनाया। क्रेजी 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 एआई, यही तो गलत बात है इस दुनिया की। अभी इंसान कोई अगर ब्लेंडर में एनवायरनमेंट भी बना दे तो भी इंसान, दूसरे इंसान को लगेगा ये एआई में बना दिया है। हगा से लोग। और बिक्स
निकाल लेगा ऊपर के क्या ना, देख के ऑपरेटर अब पियोन पे। अरे भाई सोआ
सोआ को क्यों चिल्ला रहा है लेकिन ये देखो, दोनों साथ में ऐसे, सोआ यही एंगल देख रहा है। ओ एक्चुअली बे, अच्छा सोआ स्मोक के अंदर था तभी, जब ये रेना मरा तब ये स्मोक के अंदर था। ये देखो, इसने रिकॉन किया स्मोक के अंदर से, स्मोक के जैसे बाहर आया वैसे चेम्बर ने मारा, और ये चिल्ला रहा है देखो।
अरे भाई सोआ
चमन झिंगा खुद खेल ले भाई,
यार जेट साइड आजा बस यार।
अभी जेट को भी सुना रहा है, चुप बैठ हगरे। ब्रो कीबोर्ड क्या बज रहा है इसका। ए भाई 60 FPS पे मारा है चैट इसने, 60 FPS पे मारा है। गोटी गेमर, गोटी गेमर, एवरेज रेना मीन्स फॉर रियल भाई मारा। अच्छा इसका गन बड़ी प्लैट है एंड इसका रैंक है अभी भी प्लैट ही है। ये मस्त मारा एक्चुअली ब्रो, क्या बनाया ये बम दी भैया। ये कौन है बताओ, ये गोजो सटोरो, थर्टी 35 किल्स, 30 भाई तू 39 किल्स करके बॉटम फ्रैग कैसा है। अच्छा तू हारा, ओ हेल ना, हाँ ब्रो देख के बोल दे, देख के थोड़ी ना बोला भाई, मेरे को पता था वो गोजो सटोरो है। अरे भाई आप एनीमे देखते हो तो क्या भाई, आई एम अ वीब, सॉरी आई एम अ वीब। क्या बना रहे हो भाई आप। ओ कुछ तो बना रहे अनरियल में हैवी चीज The PC I play on Hardstock Gold Hoop tips please. हाँ तू इस पे खेलता है? चैट नो कैप, ये चीज है ना भाई, वन ऑफ द बेस्ट शिट है भाई, वन ऑफ द बेस्ट शिट। हम लोग के कॉलेज की कैंटीन में मिलता था ये, वन ऑफ द गोटेड शिट्स फॉर रियल। मस्त है रे चेटअप, बहुत डेंजर है, चिट्टुकला है भाई चेटअप, फॉर रियल फॉर रियल। कमिसामा, वाओ भारी रे। ये कौन है मालूम तुम लोग को? मंकी डी लूफी का फाइनल फॉर्म, और इसके आगे एक और फॉर्म होता है जो मांगा में बताया भाई, तुम लोग येड़ बक जाएगी तुम लोगों की, वो देखोगे ना तो शिट भाई, मांगा पढ़ो सही में एक बार, येड़े हो जाओगे। नाइस चेड़ा ब्रो। ये निकाल दे भाई, ये प्लास्टिक निकाल दे। प्लीज एनीमे के बारे में रिस्पेक्ट में बात करिए मेरे सामने, समझ रहे हो? प्लीज। डब्ल्यू लाइनअप बाय हर्ष के कराया है।
स्मोक आगे करना है तो ऐसे घुमा रहे हैं ना,
ये तू गलत लाइनअप कर रहा है बटा है, पर ठीक है, मतलब तूने अंदाजे से किया रहेगा मे बी, लेकिन वो सही गिर गया रहेगा। लेकिन है ना, ये वाली जो पत्ती रहती है ना, इसके लेफ्ट साइड के लाइन पे एम करके फिर उधर एम करना होता है।
स्मोक आगे करना है तो ऐसे घुमा रहे हैं ना,
मैंने बनाया खुद का, वाह।
तो मैं खेल रहा हूं।
Careful now. Blocking sight. Flash. No go.
कोई जला ही नहीं।
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
क्लिप करने गया है, 2 रुपए की क्लिप है, 2 रुपए की। यू डिजर्व सिल्वर। कोपा फाइनल्स कब है?
Sound sensor up.
ये अभी चल रहा है।
Spike planted. Sound sensor. Sensor down. Barrier deployed.
Joke's over.
हाँ, जेट के वजह से फ्लैश नहीं हुआ वो, नहीं तो योरू मर जाता।
No surprises.
26 अप्रैल टाइम है बहुत।
It's a gun. You had your fun. My turn. Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
अल्ले
Clutch. Well, that was quite.
अल्ले भाई।
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
चिल्बर दिलबर, बट अ वेरी नाइस क्लिप, वेरी नाइस। देख रहे हो, ये होता है क्लिप सिल्वर, इसलिए तो सिल्वर 2 है भाई, ये ऐसे क्लिप करने की वजह से। ये देख, ये होता है असली क्लिप, गोटेड क्लिप ब्रो, दैट्स व्हाई ही रैंक्ड अप टू सिल्वर 3। ब्यूटीफुल, obnoxious, सुपरैंडफुल, कॉम्प्लिकले। ओह जिनसकाई। Diabolical. Nice bro, keep up. कुछ चालू हो गया मैप?
She has a headset off. She's not listening anymore, so she can't give me a nod.
We watching heaven.
By the way, Khelraay sliding in, finding himself a transfer with that frenzy in hand.
भाई अल्लाह भाई, डेब भाई भड़क गए।
We are off to the
बना
races
लोने वाला
here
है
in
क्या
the pistol round.
Yes.
चल ये वन ऑल होने वाला है क्या? डेब भाई भड़क गए क्या सीन?
Double tap expires too. Oh, everything going Zeta's way on this round. That
Shot.
How about this one?
Wow. घूम गया अचानक राउंड घूम गया. Kastrkas is real.
Oh, I asked that.
Oh, never mind.
David. Okay, Showtime able to find one. Now
Wait,
into the 1v1. And why do you talk? Indeed. I'm happy to just solo cast the rest of this if you want to shut the hell up. But it was a great start. But it's RRQ's pistol in the end.
Why? Why does it have to be like this?
Slingy, red card this man.
Yeah, I'll take. You know what? I'll own that one. Well, there's nothing but
Beautiful round.
just being flat wrong there. I mean, that was a Slinky moment of my own right there. Just
Crazy
yeah, this is
round,
good.
Jemkin. Crazy.
Nope.
Jemkin को लगा था एक और बचा है.
But here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
I like the look. If that's how the rounds are widely going to go and the tempo is
ऐसा
going to
चलना
be
चाहिए
set,
गेम भाई मजा
I
आएगा.
think that could be very good for Zeta Division.
I agree, but it's deeply concerning that you're not ready for that angle. That's a pretty common one for a player to be coming from. I mean, just caught Depp completely off guard there after that stunner of an opener.
Whee!
Oh, well.
Push down through the sewer. XCL going to come away with one. Cushy.
Hey, bhai,
looking
mat
for a
karo
little
ye
bit
sab.
more. Has to swap over the classic. The outlaw shots to try to go ahead and save him off. And Crazy Guy able to go ahead and push forward.
Bro, no way he got two.
Shot found, but kill not confirmed.
Shock dart.
Showtime
Bye-bye.
backpedaling shot dart not going to connect. As he is now very much pinned and picked apart. So 2 kills going to be found. The pace still there. The scrappiness very much present, but it's RRQ.
You would expect with a Neon here that it can be a little bit pacier at times. I mean, the way Boom plays it, though, sometimes they're pretty slow with the Neon on this attacker side on this
Boom
map.
Esports is actually a goated team this year.
I like the tempo.
मेरे को तो लगता है आगे Boom Esports ही जाने वाला है. Paper X का तो हो गया अभी. Paper X कल नहीं जीत पाएगी भाई. Sadly.
It can work, and against an ISO comp, you know, if you can kind of get ahead of the curve a little bit, you know, you do put the ball in the ISO's court in a way. That's, I mean, it doesn't go well sometimes, like we saw in the pistol, but...
Jamkin, holy hell.
There you go.
Down to 4 HP, just util dump over at main. Still does have a shield, but with the Bulldog, can be a little bit rougher. Trying to find value there, so it looks like, yeah, he's just going to pass the weapon over.
Good guy, Jemkin.
Worth noting, we didn't get to talk about, just given how crazy these first 2 rounds have been.
Yeah.
First ever performance on Omen for Crazy Guy.
Interesting.
He's never played this before, to my knowledge.
Has Jemkin played ISO?
I want to say no. Xfero. Window being watched here for the moment by Sugar Zero. We'll be able to go ahead and find that elimination. So kill confirmed. Moniette staying here, getting tagged up while within the smoke. This Crazy Guy drifting across, but the glimpse is going to be caught.
अरे रे जंप नहीं करना था ऐसा. अकेले नहीं करना था. डबल पिक करना चाहिए था किसी से साइड पे.
Not going to find too much. Cushy maybe coming in from an unanticipated. You can't do this. We've seen this so many times. Teams trying this. If somebody's pulled that off in practice or in a private lobby, I'd like to see it. But so far on stage, hasn't come to fruition. So he will fall. And bonus conversion going to be denied. And very minimal casualties here on the side of Zeta. Just the 1 player on the ground. So widely, all the weaponry going to be saved.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way they're playing. Decisive, aggressive. You know, let Depp try to do what he can to create some space for you, and then follow up off the back of that. I mean, when Depp's at his best, Split was definitely one of his worst maps I've ever seen from him.
आज दिन क्या है?
Earlier today.
Saturday. आज शिप हो रहे दोस्तों अपने sweatshirts.
He's one of the best in the business, so rely on that.
लेकिन यार संडे आ गया ना बीच में, तो एक दिन लेट होगा.
XCL able to find Moniette. Meantime, and Sugar Zero wins out the fight.
क्या पता संडे के दिन डिलीवरी करते हैं कि नहीं वो लोग.
Dead off the rip. As I'd love to see how XCL got that kill. It happened over in window through the wall.
और फिर अगले हफ्ते एक और drop.
Just a read, maybe.
I'm excited for the new drop, भाई.
The util or something.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Absolutely destroys them all.
Ace है, खुशी का ace है.
On the floor, he's scaling forward on for an ace. Yet another one here for him in his rookie season. Neural theft ping revealed out. Push out of the smoke. Shota not going to allow for it to happen.
पटेली में राउंड गया है। एस मारने के चक्कर में राउंड यहाँ पे गला दिया है कुशी जी ने।
Now you have a decision to make, Zeta.
भाई यही जा रहा है ये।
Try to sell the fake.
Gamer is Zeta.
Going all the way to C and then just pump the brakes and
Gamer
wait
is
for
Zeta. Gamer.
crazy guy to go over. Get a pretty decent read on where he'd be based on your neural theft. And you have gambled correctly. Zeta has a chance. He looked really sharp on
निकाल लेगा
split.
क्या चाहिए?
Could clutch out around that. Started like it was going to be an easy walk in the park for Zeta.
Stickers भी आ रहे ना साथ में यार ये मैंने कंफर्म किया ही नहीं।
But then Cushy
Stickers
had
बने
other
कि नहीं
things to
पता नहीं
say.
यार।
It's been just so tremendous. Crazy guy, the new pickup, a chance to really put the screws to Zeta.
Very much bails him out if he can go ahead and get this victory. Either way,
Oh my God, निकाल लिया गया ना राउंड। एस के चक्कर में गया ना राउंड। आगाज से।
Avoiding the same script from the previous map.
रुक अभी पूछता हूँ।
Tied it up nice and early. And that is everything out of the hands of RRQ.
Oh, he just walked out into the open there. All right. This is just crazy. Oh my God, Cushy.
Yeah, damn clean, but so too are the follow-up kills from Shota to be
वो
able to,
चार किल देगा।
go ahead and get the round
एस
win
लेने
for
के
Zeta.
चक्कर में राउंड गला दिया है यहाँ पे।
Some Marshall, Stinger, 2 Sheriffs, and a Classic here.
And a Hunter's Fury.
देखो तो भाई नींद आ लिया है भाई।
That pretty suspicious of that corner. Spamming it down, just trying to create a little bit of a distraction. Clues has the spike. Be careful here. He's just gonna step up and take his turn to spray through. They're looking for that push out with the weaker buy. But RRQ is happy to wait. Try to see if they can lure them into A site, but it is just gonna be a change of direction for the side of Zeta mostly. Pass the spike over, Clues will maybe look for that kill towards mid, the lurking players, as they set up for the B hit. Only X-Pharaoh here.
Might come through safely, and I mean, Depp is fully blinded up. He's backpedaling and just happens to hit a lucky headshot. Cushy, afraid boss the previous round, taken down. As Zeta look to flawlessly get themselves into the lead, but not quite going to happen. Gen.G does manage to find 1. Depp with 3. Let's go ahead and move Zeta up to the same score line. Now in the lead. RQ back in for another bye.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what this starts to look like now for RRQ. You know, trying out this ISO Yoru comp. You know, obviously the double duelist with an ISO on this map, something that going back to Fnatic in previous iterations of it was perfected, I would say, by T1 in a way.
Good morning, creator.
So a lot of teams have been leaning into it.
Good morning.
And it so far just hasn't had that coordination that they'd like. Need a little bit more out of Jemkin and Monyet. Kind of clear some space. Can be a little tricky on the defender side, obviously, and against a Neon. You do have Depth Salt, you do have an Armageddon as well, so the ability to clear out that right side of B site and get the plant down, especially now that you know that garage is clear after that drone gets through.
Haji Israel, hello.
A bit of a spray cross, minor damage suffered there by Depp. Jemkin able to find 1 shot, they're going to be taken down. As into the open. So just go ahead and slide away. Has he escaped? Looks like the answer maybe yes. XCL causing a bit of a distraction there from the flank. Does find 1. The ISO
2v4.
going to be picked off, but
kind of a
this round
1v4.
is very much still looking great for the side of RRQ.
Unless Depp एक को मार दे भाई.
Monyet tucked back plat with the open hand. Crazy guy.
नहीं मार पाएगा.
Yep. Able to just swiftly take down Depp.
Wow.
Find the headshot. So 3 to 3. They're all tied up.
Yeah, this one's a bit of a head scratcher for me for Zeta. I felt like they had a really good opportunity to try to get a plant down on B. To use that Armageddon just to buy the time that you would need to put the spike down. But instead, they try to force their way through garage. And they don't have anybody to quickly back up that stealth drone. So therefore, RRQ is able to retake that space themselves and just kind of collapse on top of Zeta. So it seemed like Zeta had a plan at the beginning of the round, just went with it the whole way. There was no mid-round adjustment, and I think it cost him. Here we go. Depths just turn on the afterburners.
Looking for another pacey hit. Cushy sprinting across through the spawn to try to get into position. Maybe a Hunter's Fury available to try to go ahead and stop the plant from coming through. As, okay, suppress out on the 2. Hunter's Fury is going to be sent. Paranoia flying through as well.
Boys,
Cushy does come away with 1 depth.
Heavy depth.
Well, catching
crazy.
The second elimination. Looking
Crazy
for the third.
round by Zeta. Crazy push.
Armageddon does get rolled down.
Insane push, bhai.
This crazy guy now last one standing. Spike planted backside. Salvos try to slow up the approach. No, thought better of. This crazy guy's position now confirmed here inside the site. 9 bullets remaining.
expect करना तो चाहिए.
Dep on the approach
Bro,
here from
1
behind.
HP है
Spike
Dep.
now
नहीं
planted
expect
for
कर
the crazy
रहा.
guy.
Wow.
He's not playing towards it. He's out in front, out into the open.
Incredible.
Will happily go ahead and collect up a 4-piece.
Incredible repositioning Dep, bhai.
Looks so good. Again, some of these rounds are so just wild. I thought maybe you could use the Yoru ult to set up the Hunter's Fury there, but they just went for it, and Dep just used that opportunity to put the lightning fingers on, catch RRQ really off guard.
Dep
Crazy
gamer है
guy
भाई.
almost pulls off a miracle. That long lurk from Dep had just enough time to get there. Still, I'd like to see a little bit more coordination playing off of each other in those post plants when you've got a 1vx scenario, or an XV1 in this case for Zeta. This time faking the quick C hit, baiting out a ton of players. There's a Guardian buy down for Crazy. And they're going to use the ult. Now they're getting the read. Let's see if Zeta can get over to the A site quick enough to kind of catch RRQ before they're able to get the bulk of their forces over. Just comes down to confidence and timing.
It's going to be X-Pharaoh still a world away. Paranoias get exchanged on both sides. Dart getting a ping out. Dep eating quiet, a bit of damage as he slides Dep over into the cubby. Similarly here for Clues, it's an immense amount. Still looking for an opener, but Gen.G a little bit more snappy with it. Finds that kill. X-Pharaoh failed on B site. Player advantage now here for the side of Zeta Division. Couple weak HP bars.
Gen.G का ult है. Gen.G भाई खोलो.
Gen.G's got his ult too now.
Oh nah.
Spotted 1, trying to line it up. A couple taps there.
थोड़े diabolical तो खेल रहे Zeta बीच में. Dep वापस लो है chat. Oh shit, he
Gen.G is just not looking cozy here when it comes down to the ISO.
आज कौन सी टीम को पेनल्टी लगाएगा? मैं कभी नहीं करता ये सब हरकतें. Please shut up.
All right, I think now I would suspect that there's going to be a stoppage of the time by Ewok. Just walking up the ramp, Zeta so sharp today. Depth there, doing a great job being pesky on the flank angles. I like this with the Neon, the way that they're kind of all over the map with it. Use it to create some space early and then watch the flank.
Chime out. Chime out.
Really
टके हुए लग रहे हैं.
on the
अरे
fly
नहीं,
decision
मैं तो
making
अभी
by Zeta there
उठाऊंगा.
as well to pull back off of that A hit because they had taken just a little bit too long. RRQ was able to get there in
Also,
time.
day going, boys.
And they're able to just
आज
kind of
दिन क्या वैसे
send,
सैटरडे है
Sota
ना?
in there.
वो सैटरडे है भैया. आज तो तुम्हारा चिलिंग्स दिन चल रहा रहेगा. कल तो संडे है. कल संडे है. आज तो मजबूत सोओगे, मजबूत. या क्या प्लान है आज रात के कुछ? क्या सीन है? What are you gonna do today, chat? Enjoy when next week? I mean this week. Very boring weekend. Why, baby? परसों एग्जाम है. तुम्हारे लिए तो रोज संडे है. ऐसा नहीं है भाई, हमारे लिए रोज मंडे है. डेट पे जाऊंगा. ये देखो यार, इनका तो अलग ही सीन है भाई. डेट वीट पे जा रही पब्लिक.
The only ults to really speak of here are the Cyphers. It is going to be a weaker buy for RRQ. This time.
वेलो खेलेंगे भाई आज या सिर्फ VCT वॉच पार्टी होगी. मोस्टली वॉच पार्टी होगी.
Pushing space towards
देखते हैं.
the garage.
आज नशा सिमुलेटर IRL होगा. पकड़ो इसको.
To get cleared, yes.
Please guys, screenshot this guy's ID.
Salvo able to go ahead. Clear the way
Chaman
for them.
Jinga.
Quick little injection of pressure over towards that garage, and then a very quiet slide out. Zeta pivoting back over towards this A site. It's just Moniette jiggling with a classic. Just trying to gain info here for the team. Catches a glimpse.
वीकेंड पे बस तुझे हकते हुए देखता हूँ फिर सो जाता हूँ.
But Zeta's been tricky.
Shit on my down, bro.
Not overcommitting.
Just shit on my down already.
These hits, especially against the Ecos. They're very, very patient. We saw it earlier in this half. So RRQ there, not really going to overcommit. Just slide the extra player over from B.
match है वैसे all the
That's
best.
going to send Crazy Guy over.
And they're clear on that recon.
Yep.
It keeps the interest, and now they hear the stealth drone coming their way. Guardian going to be spotted, so Zeta got to be feeling pretty good about their odds here on this C site, knowing that util weaponry is going to be limited here for RRQ. Fast lane going to go up. Xpero tucked away.
Oh,
quick turn.
Wow.
Finds one. Cannot get the second.
almost यार. ये एक डेप का किल मिलता निकल
Dodged all
जाता.
that util. Oh, depth.
Cushy down. Means Guardian on the floor. Moniette does manage to go ahead and pick it up, but Jemkin. The distraction, the flank, not come to
Zeta is
fruition.
cooking, chat.
Thrifty
Anyways, yeah,
nowhere in
attacking
sight,
map
but Zeta up to 6.
They've been very,
Single
very good.
duelist है यार, single duelist कॉम पे,
in
लेकिन वो
these
single duelist सब पे भारी है भाई.
with being
13-5
patient,
है भाई वो.
not, you know, giving anything
Hey,
away.
check, I'm watching the game
And
right
this,
now,
this time
baby.
it's just a great fake sell by Clues. Nice positioning by Xpero to, again, dodge all the utility from Zeta's execute, but it's only able to find one for his troubles. Depp looking really comfortable on Neon, and the spirit's very good for Zeta. You can hear it in the comms. Still having some fun, and Depp, this is what happens with him. He might have a bad map, but he always seems to just bounce right back, time and time again. You know, it was abysmal on Split, and now he's the hero for Zeta here on Haven so far. Just waiting at the edge of the smoke is Moniette.
Expecting someone to push up, but Jemkin's still
झपका ही वैसे मार दिया एक बंदे को.
Zeta able to just go ahead, stay stagnant. They see the ping out. As Moniette is forced to go ahead, gate crash. It's over towards Hell. Shock dart down. Tiny bit of damage going to be found there as Depp needs a bit more there on the approach, but he just barrel stuffs Cushy right out through the smoke. Barrel depth reveal here from Xpero. Not looking like it means too much to Zeta. Shrugging this one off. Quick push up into the smoke. Moniette able to find one, swaps the weapon over.
Wow.
Catches a shot on the depth, finishes him off.
Wow.
Crazy Guy finds Clues, and now looking very good for the side of RRQ as Crazy Guy picks up a 3K. Gives RRQ a 4th round win.
6-all incoming.
Great patience here by Moniette. Lurking around those smokes the whole round, waiting for his opportunity. Gets flushed out by the util. Catches XDL, sleeping a little bit, crouched in. Just watching a different angle. They weren't anticipating that he could have been in the cubby. It's ferocious. Yeah, poor XDL there.
Actually
Great swap of the weapons, and Depp is sure he's gone down the sewers. Doesn't even check the corner.
I don't know what's happening.
I'm pretty sure I heard. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way too a bit.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
no.
Shock dart lands.
Oh my god, everyone's blind.
Absolutely destroys him, and Crazy Guy playing
भाई
forward
लोग
aggressively
stun बहुत
collects the
danger
kill.
डालते भाई सामने वाले को रुकाने. Utils
Solid
बहुत
little
अच्छा
set play
डालते
here from
सामने वाले के
RRQ.
aggression को
got him too.
थोड़ा silent करने.
Just absolutely destroying that pesky entry power Zeta's been relying on. There's just pings everywhere at the moment here from Zeta. Moniette.
Chummy shot. Chummy shot by Monia Gaming
going to
Buddy.
take it down on the jiggle peak, and this right now is looking good for RRQ to try to rally back a bit. Still an opportunity to make this 6-6.
Opportunity.
From the defender's side and from how everything was going. Still be a very strong position for them. Zeta not wanting to allow that to happen. Slow creep in. Jemkin going to be forced off the angle. Still has this shield at the ready. And he's just going to swing for it, and this time he's able to find the shot. Cleans him up their lineup! And that's going to be a flawless here as RRQ.
कोई तो बोला था Jemkin मार रहा नहीं है, कुत्ता बना दी इस भाई ये राउंड में.
Just really solid.
Ult आ जाएगा एक और में अभी.
Finally, you're able to get some value out of the operator.
Jemkin.
You have that early combo with the util to set up the kill for Crazy Guy. Jemkin, back to what we're used to seeing out of Jemkin. A lot more consistent there with the shooting. Hasn't won a kill contract yet, I don't believe.
Nope. He's 0 for 2 in that regard. Maybe a chance.
There's a chance this round.
Get one on the board.
Yeah. I mean, he's still
weaker
11.
weaponry.
Yeah, he's still 11 and 9.
Chat सोटी बांधनी पड़ेगी मेरे को.
Depp's got the ult. There it goes. They're just gonna
कहाँ
respect
जा रहा है
it.
भाई?
Oh, I mean, he is
घर
just
पे जा रहे हैं उनके.
pushing here.
Wow.
Cushy destroyed. Left on an island. Up on top of the box
Oh, he
goes
got
Crazy
another.
Guy. Depp's just going to strike him
What
down.
a
I guess I wasn't
shot.
watching. As Vonyet slides his way out of the corner.
Brother 3v3 ला दिया मोनिया भाई ने. Goated gamer है भाई.
For the rest of his team. A 3v3 with Monyet
नाच
down
रहा है
low.
भाई
Sends the
Depp
fake
serious.
out. Jemkin able to find one.
Oh,
Now the ult
shit,
going to be
he's
invested. Pull in.
Shit
Jemkin's
भाई.
he's all alone. He's got to win this and
Hey,
then somehow
Jemkin भाई
survive.
वही
But you can see
जीतोगे आप.
Clues was going to be in position all the same, so the round was effectively over.
मोनिया whiff
Zeta
किया
Division
यार वो वाला.
not going to allow for the tie-up. It's going to be 7-5
7-5 half. Oh, Zeta
Zeta
in the lead
Need to
भाई.
get things going here. They need to find their first pistol of this series.
RRQ
'Cause
can't
7-5
lose
is still
this.
not bad at all for
अगर RRQ
RRQ.
हार रही
No,
है तो
yeah,
it's
yeah,
all
this is-
because of that.
Very respectable for RRQ. You know, first
भाई
time running
stickers
this
आज ready
comp on
होंगे
stage.
दोस्तों. Let's go.
Really some good ideas from Zeta, some good map work in terms of mid-rounding and things like that. Some shaky rounds too, but frankly, you know, like Zeta's looked good in a couple halves. Well, there was one half where RRQ just ran away with things, so you got to hope that's not going to be the case here, and Zeta's able to kind of maintain their grip with RRQ on the attacker side now.
Can someone give me some
Definitely
confirmation
gonna be
about
different look
when
with this double
is
duelist comp.
Valorant night market
David in
landing?
general, slightly attacker-sided. So, big
Clip check,
pistol.
setup देखो, clip
Coming
check,
up for
setup
both
देखो.
teams.
अरे match चालू हो जाएगी.
But it is weird to see Gen.G, like, you think with the kill contracts, you're just like, oh, he's money.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been.
I
He's
mean,
been broke.
Yeah, I mean, you call it like his KD at the end of the half. It's basically like
+2,
narrowly
I think?
positive.
Yeah.
Match देखते हैं भाई.
And that's fine. But there were so many kills that we got to see where it's like,
10
okay,
तारीख?
like those kill contracts, those two that he went.
10 तारीख को सिंपली गेमिंग कैफे में ऑफलाइन हम लोग फिजिकली तुम लोग सब आके वैलोरेंट का नाइट मार्केट रिवील करोगे मेरे साथ. जी मैं भी होऊंगा वहाँ पे दोस्तों. 10 बजे सिंपली गेमिंग कैफे. सुबह हम लोग बनाने वाले एक बैंगर वीडियो. यस.
Slingshot their way back into this map. Depth though, out in front, 16-8-3.
अंधेरी में.
If he can continue to be a crushing force from this defense, then I think Zeta's going to be just fine.
And he's just right at the door of the shorty. Good luck reading this. Not many teams will go for the shorty on the pistol round.
But if you want to go an entry into this, I mean, you have a nullifying factor. You can have Jemkin lead the charge with the shield, but it looks like they don't even want to try to play around with it. XTL at the same time, eating a headshot from Crazy Guy with a quick peek into that A connector.
Well, it feels like Jemkin hasn't been
Lens
comfortable with the
McCammon,
timings.
Seeker.
Whoa, Monyet barely wins that. Hasn't been comfortable with the timings on the double taps.
रोटेशन आ गया भाई.
He hasn't really seemingly
Big
got the
pick पे.
kind of read on when to pop them. It might be different on this attacker side. It's a little bit easier to judge when things are going to get messy usually.
कैफे आने
They
का
can be
ट्रेन
tough against Zeta because they are kind of slower.
क्यों भाई
They
आपके
will
लिए
be
फ्लाइट टिकट करता हूँ.
a little bit more methodical than a lot of other teams in Pacific, so I get it.
You watch this much watch party but never
Oh, this
learn from
tripwire,
them.
though.
Why? Shut up.
Gives away everything on the back
If I didn't learn from them, I would have been a silver right now. But I am an
Player
ascendant.
approach from behind, a 4v5. The attempt at the retake, Monyet.
कोच लोगों का रैंक हमेशा लो होता है.
Everybody else damn healthy, and Jemkin now able to find a good timing with that shield.
आ गया
Will be taken down. Jemkin swinging
दो
out,
मार
gets the
गया.
reset. In Cushy now, just Cushy.
इको.
On the site, trying to hold things down.
गया.
Looking
ये
every
मैप
which
गया.
way.
ये
Zeta's playing
मैप
around with
गया
him, had to go
RRQ
ahead and
का
get the stick.
भगवान गया.
And will be able to find themselves
या तो
their
time
first
out लेना
pistol
पड़ेगा
of
भाई.
this series.
Yeah,
ये
even
पाके
though
दो
this
मार
is,
गया भाई.
I think, pretty well read by RRQ. Zeta's
online
just
होगा, I don't think so.
a little bit better in the shooting department this time around. I mean, this time you have the double tap popped when it should be for Jemkin. He just loses the battle. It can be a real difference maker if he's able to get another reset on that. But I think it was clues from heaven, or somebody got him, and definitely a big win for Zeta. And they could be pushing us to a map 3, pushing us over to Fracture. Outlaw for Depth, couple Bulldogs, Guardian, pistol for clues. No buy-ups at all for RRQ. Just gonna have to wait out the util dump. A little bit of spam, a little bit of damage.
2 players, no 3 getting tagged up actually. Quick little jiggle peek.
Oh!
Stun, gonna be
Huge
good. Bounces
stun,
the
bro.
corner. Damage still dealt. Using the fake out to try to body block here is Moniette. Push around the corner though.
Oh
in front of
my
the shield.
God!
Runs out of bullets. Still
Cal-
able to find one, but Clue's gonna be traded
Whoa.
out. Pushes out the back.
Oh.
Pivots away. Finds one, but Xferro
Wait.
finds him and suddenly
3v2. Okay, 2v2.
Thrifty looking to come to fruition. Slide across
Depier
to
भगा रहा है ना लेकिन.
Maybe able to
Depier
bail him
भगा
out.
रहा
He
है.
does.
गलती एक्सपेरो के पास.
Two players narrowly
Depier
surviving
भगा रहा है
Zeta.
भाई.
They close out the anti-eco. But my God, if it wasn't scary there for them for a moment.
Oh, it's scrappy as heck.
Sorry, backside.
I mean, the timing here, it looked like Zeta was going to have enough time to react. You know, Clues is playing pretty good delay there with Teo utility, but they're just not really able to get there comfortably in time.
हर्ष भाई प्लीज 400 रुपए दे दो.
A lot of very happy Zeta fans. There's one being pumped up in the
मुझे
back. Let's
800 दो,
go.
आप 400 रख सकते हो उसमें से. चलेगा?
Good more to cheer for.
Yes.
And if they can get the bonus conversion, then you have to be feeling like we are going to fracture. Depp about to go for the jiggle peek. Decides to still slide forward with the stinger. Is able to find one. Puts Crazy Guy to about half.
Well, Sheriff is going to have to sing 4XDL. He's shifting his direction over. Just trying to get Cushy closer to that ult. We'll be one away now from a Hunter's Fury, so.
Clues would love them to come pushing on this angle.
Oh, so close.
Shot in to put Xferro down to 10, but cannot confirm the kill. That being said, though, you've got two players on RRQ with 66 HP between the two of them. Fake out baited there from window. Next deal finds Moniette. Down to 5, so pretty even footing here for both of the teams.
Yeah, honestly, this could go very awry for RRQ. I like their read, though. Kind of guessing that the space will be clear, and if there is an outlaw there, you can probably trade.
30 seconds left.
Util is going to confirm for Zeta. Oh, good salvos.
मेरी आवाज मुझे क्यों आ रही
The
है?
angle into the corner. Some time bought. Everybody now going to be in position. Paranoia at the ready from Crazy Guy. Sends it off the back at the fault line.
Hello?
Xferro still in a good position to be able to get some damage done. Spots at the gun barrel, swings in, finding one, finding two. And that's going to be Cushy there on the site to find the rest. RQ not allowing for a bonus conversion. 3 players survive. They get themselves a round win here on the attack.
These have been some really wild back and forth rounds. I mean, when you
लोग
feel
आवाज
like
तो आ
one
रही
team
है.
has an advantage, the other team's able to punch back and make it close. Nice little trade there set up by Zeta in the garage, but
मेरे को मेरी आवाज क्यों आ रही है?
the better weaponry in the post-plant positions, very powerful for RRQ. Now they've got a Hunter's Fury to boot. So Cushy, let's see how they want to navigate that. Pretty far off, well, 2 away from Jemkin's kill contract.
Hello.
Dem getting reasonably close to his ult, which has proved to be a difference maker for Zeta. A lot of times you might see Neons just sit on that ult for rounds after rounds, but Depp happy to just let her rip.
Hello. Hello.
And he's so good with it. Why not?
Shields up wall, riding forward. Flash going to be turned away from Sugar Zero, not getting caught by that
Chat
one.
mic कर रहा हूँ. अभी मेरे क्या दो टाइम आवाज आ रहा है?
Jemkin's there to trade it back.
मेरा दो बार आवाज आ रहा है लोग को.
On a lurk, but looks like Depp is at least anticipating somebody to come crossing in this direction. Cushy is more than happy to just stay tucked back. Oh, the gun barrel's going to be spotted. Depp now just wondering, how do I get out of this position?
Go, go, go.
They'll just go ahead and slide forward, instantly dome him. Not near. There you go. Cushy's dead. Player advantage now here for the side of Zeta Division as they look to continue the retake. Depp sliding forward, shut down, overdrive. Does have him fall. I thought Jemkin maybe would pull the trigger actually on the ultimate. He does not. One-way setup. Diffuse held to half. First player fallen. Clues down. Moniette now pushing in from garage. He will find the final 2.
This is a tough one.
You know,
Zeta doing everything they can, being really aware of the potential positionings of RRQ players early into that spike plan. crossfire position. Great job by Crazy Guy playing his life.
दो आवाज किससे आ रहा है
Getting
भाई?
there makes that. For one, yeah.
Hello.
It's been looking pretty good for them,
Bye,
to be
bye.
fair. See what kind of adjustments
Hello.
maybe want to be made.
Hello. अभी भी
Very
दो
curious.
अभी भी आ रही दो.
I don't feel like I've seen a ton.
समझा कुछ तो लफड़ा हो गया
Zeta's
था.
been doing like
अभी नहीं आ रही दो.
correct, but maybe XQQ and Carlisle
अभी
noticed
सब सॉर्ट है ना. अभी सब सॉर्ट है.
from RRQ. They want to try to punish, but so far I feel like Zeta's been playing it pretty steady, pretty well. Just maybe want to
गेड़ा मत बनाओ मेरे को.
get a little bit ahead of the game, not have to play quite so much. Still
दो
though,
आ रही है.
nice.
Hello, 1 2 3 mic check 1 2 3 mic check. अभी देखो कैसे आ रही है. हेलो. 1 2 3 mic check.
I mean, Zeta is also on a weaker bye.
Hello.
A lot of players in mid. They're just holding right at the. They're just kind of anticipating that maybe after the timeout it was going to be a B hit. But nobody even thinking about that for RRQ. They're just going to wait. Just hold angles.
समझा मुझे क्या हो रहा है.
Seems to be the name of the game for Zeta here on this eco. Just kind of see what RRQ does and react off the back of that. A drone gets nothing. Sees absolutely zero. So they got to be thinking, oh yeah, we've got a good read here at B, I swear.
बहुत confusing है भाई ये.
Ball going to be sent, Depth sliding forward, collecting one. Cushy going to be taken down. And that's weapon recovered. E-site still going to be opened up though. RRQ getting into a plant position as Gen.G catches a quick little glimpse here on the clues, but shield is gone. Not going to be able to get any kind of reset. Undercut got to be sent through just to try to stave them off. Spike still not yet planted.
Still has his ult, does Gen.G.
अभी डबल आ रही है क्या? अभी डबल नहीं आ रही रहेगी ना?
I think you'd rather send it sooner rather than later.
Yep.
You know, you're going to have a decent opportunity as far as weapon
हेलो,
advantage.
अभी डबल आ रही है? हाँ, सॉल्व हो गया.
Getting
सॉल्व हो गया.
deficit closed even further. I think it would be worth sending the kill contract. But they think differently. Crazy Guy holding here from the corner. Able to find one shot. They're going to be taken down. He gets himself a second. Sugar Zero. Depth answering one apiece. That's as good as it gets. 3 kills found, but the round win still goes the way of RRQ.
Well, if your crossfires are good enough,
Master on the beat, brought it,
totally
brought
fine to
it,
just hold on to the ult, see if you can
bro.
maybe save it for an execute then. The setup for Depth there, beautiful from XDL. Gave Zeta some hope. I liked how Zeta was keeping that rifle in the back of their Congo line as they were going through A-Link, just in case the ult came through, I think. You know, that way, maybe you're giving yourself a good opportunity there to just throw it back at it, let Depth zoom in there, kill some players, and see what happens. Now you've got
9-8 ओवे RRQ कमबैक कर दी.
RRQ.
देखते.
And good opportunity to tie this map up.
मैं बोला ना attacking map है.
Zeta one away though from an Armageddon. Let's see what Manya does. Yeah, just gonna let it rip.
Conventional drift fake out there to go ahead, guide the rest of the team through the traps. Who's going to be spotted?
Yoru nerf incoming. Yoru का जो क्लोन है अभी वो अगर फेक है और माँ अगर फेक क्लोन है तो ट्रिप में फंसेगा नहीं. Gen.G ये भी हारेगा अभी.
Committed, Gen.G winning it.
क्या भागता है
away. The flash just backpedaling in. Tucked behind the box. Fault line not going to connect. The jump up over the top. Sugar Zero can't plant his feet fast enough. And Depth is tagged up, but still alive here for the moment. As Recon gets set. Oh, clues. Snappy readjust, finds Gen.G. Suddenly, there's an advantage here for the side of Zeta. Armageddon to try to clear the way. The push out of the smoke. Cushy and Crazy Guy both on point. Are able to shut it down. Depth suffering the same fate. XCL.
No time.
Fighting his way out, but there's just no HP. There's no time
available. निकाल लिया, nice.
Crazy Guy will take him down, and we are tied up at 9-9. Everyone dead. But RRQ, the one celebrating.
Ah, that was really nice. Finally, Gen.G's able to win a kill contract. Took him long enough, but he got there, and it better late than never. Huge round here from Monyet to hold those boxes up at A lobby. That gave Zeta fits and slowed them way down.
VCT से ये डबल पीक सीखने मिलते हैं मालूम अभी वो उसने वो डबल पीक देखा कैसा किया एक बंदा ऊपर चढ़ा एक बंदा नीचे से पीक लिया ऐसे सब बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है भाई.
Rolling Thunder for XDL. Still have a Hunter's Fury for Cushy. Oh boy.
Close. Slide out. Dep gonna be good for one.
Bro, एक ही मार पाया डेप अगर अच्छा गन रहता ना तीनों को मार देता मालूम तीनों स्टंट थे. 10-9.
2 kills found. No chance at a thrifty here.
Well, now they heard some other shots, so can use the ult there to confirm positioning. Zeta's just gonna spread the map. Crazy guy says, I know exactly where you aren't, so I'm gonna go.
1000 like होंगे आज, please.
Who seems to read this?
He does. Cannot find the shot. Crazy guy still alive. Spike just now being brought forward. Well, stray shots there from Shota, just hoping that he finds any kind of kill there. Yes, Crazy guy will just go ahead, drop down.
Okay, 1000 like, love you.
Cleared out. Double approach from Heaven to try to see if we can get any damage dealt.
Clean shots.
Some
Clean shots,
from
bro.
We'll get
Clean
RRQ
shots.
now into the lead. For the first time since round 2?
Yep. Well, yeah, round 2. Yeah, because Zeta tied it up on round 4, so it's been a while, but they're getting there. They're clawing their way back, and they're looking really sharp doing it.
It's been 5 in a row.
Yeah, now they're starting to look pretty comfortable on this composition. Starting to find some good openings. Zeta really needs a win so they can stabilize their economy. Yeah, that catches the wire. Still have the cam there for
एंगल लगा के उसने ट्रिप डाला था बेचारे ने.
Gonna back the hell out. Sugar Zero there as well to cover his back a little bit.
You have a Rolling Thunder playing for the retake. I don't think it's going to be too bad of a proposition here for Zeta Division, but they still have to get their way over towards that site.
Correct, Pharaoh's playing.
Tripwire spotting one and Clues just once again has
उनके breach का ult है retake के लिए.
Reads it well.
And he's ready.
Dealt with XCL. Oh, elbow spotted out.
Hell nah gameplay.
Now a 4v4.
दो flank आ गए. एक garage out आ रहा है. Oh my god, मुनिया भाई. Wow.
What in the hell? I need to see that in the replay, but now it's all down to Dep. They cannot make it happen.
मोनिया ने उनके पीछे DP मार दिया भाई. Danger
gone from XCL. That's a major loss for Zeta Division. Not only do they allow for RRQ to win
breach का
a
ult गया
sixth round in a row to stretch the lead by 2, but they lose out on their Rolling Thunder.
ऐसा आवाज निकाल वो.
Oh, bit of a misstep. It's brutal for Zeta. Not having somebody to make sure that XDL was going to be safe in that spot. Really good awareness from RRQ to understand, you know, where that ult was likely to be coming from and to get ahead of the curve. That is perfectly timed. I mean, it's hard to do it better than that. And then Monyet just happy as hell because he TP'd right into their back lines and found value.
जंगल पात चली है पता चला है अरे चड्डी पहन के फूल खिला है फूल खिला है
and then just hits the headshot.
Hey, that's part of the Yoru game. Catching them a bit off guard, and Zeta trying to turn this one around. What was looking like they had a really good chance. Finally got that pistol win. Oh, cute kid.
Get him started on Valorant nice and early.
That's right.
ये मेरे को आई की.
Get him that ultralight mouse.
Yeah. Brought to you by Pulsar Intents. So now
मेरे को आई की.
Another
चिमड़ी.
opportunity here at Zeta. Can they break this win streak? It's their final timeout call of this map, potentially of this series. As they can get back into the saddle. Almost cash-wise, RRQ very well stacked up rather, to try to just live out through the rest of this map.
Scanning ahead.
Right up over the top, Monyet catching a glimpse. Hunter's Fury going to be sent out here in response, and Cushy does collect. XCL.
Dep को मारो, Dep को मारो. ठीक है, मर गया.
Before getting taken down, Sugar Zero playing close to the
2v2 आ
corner.
गया बे. Sugar Zero 1 HP एक backside peek ले रहा है. Backside peek. 2v1
Takes him down.
1v1.
Crazy guy now. Last one standing. Spike collected. Sets up the smoke. Slowly looks to exit, but he has no idea about
और
Shota's
प्ले की टीपी कर
position.
सकता है वो. ओ अच्छा नहीं
That's
कर
a tough
सकता.
one to read. Tough decision for Shota. Do you push through the
22-12
smoke
चल
or
रहा है
not?
क्रेजी का है. Bro.
Both of them kind of anticipating that they're going to push.
Oh.
Crazy guy is reading it correctly.
सही में ही अड़ा गया है भाई ये तो.
Barrel about to be spotted, and there's the head, there's the kill.
Danger भाई,
3K
danger.
from Crazy Guy. Another round in a row from RRQ. As they get up to match point, looking to make this a very swift evening indeed.
Tep just disrespecting everything, just trying to create space, and does. But the response from Crazy Guy, this is just phenomenal awareness.
Yeah, actually phenomenal.
Awareness.
Phenomenal.
And that's why you bring a player like him in.
That was actually phenomenal.
Has that big brain that can win you rounds just on sheer intuition.
Dep 28 kill पे chat.
Huge.
28-16.
And everything in the kitchen sink in terms of the economy being thrown at this round for Zeta. They got to get 3 just to push overtime. That's the ult for Gen.G.
I think if I saw this correctly, we'll find out here in a moment. As gets the pull here on the deck. Who needs to win this fight?
हार गया.
He cannot. Jemkin will put him down.
Jemkin
Exit
danger
the kill
मारने लग गया भाई.
contract. And it looks like RRQ more than happy with that as far as the C site is concerned. They back away.
What were you going to mention just a second ago?
I was going to say if Depp gets 2 kills in this round, even if
30.
RRQ win it, I'm pretty sure it drops 30 in a loss.
Yeah. Yeah, he had 28.
It's been insane.
Yeah, no. He is going crazy on the Neon. It's just not enough. And it's as good as some of the other players can be on his team. They just haven't quite found it here on Haven. There's a chance.
Slow up, camera cleared out. The fake out here is Manya taking a pot shot. Nothing going to be found. Once again, the rotation call from RRQ.
30 seconds left.
Looking like maybe that C site after all. Sugar Zero has been posted up here the entire time. XCL now works his way across to try to reinforce. The wall coming through. Back plat spotted out. XCL gonna need to try to catch something here off guard. Finds the first. 10 seconds now remaining. The spike being planted. Aftershock at the ready. The Armageddon as well. Everything in the kitchen sink is gonna have to be Seven Sparrow able to cut them down.
Whoa!
The transfer! Finding 3, but the spike
भाई मेरे को लगा ultimate मरेगा वो.
yet sat
5
backside
HP
5 HP. Does he know?
Oh,
He does, but he
shit,
cannot
GG's.
get it. Moniette will take him down. So
Huge
very
comeback
close.
भाई.
But
एक
Zeta
round नहीं
Division
दिए भाई उनको.
will fall to the wayside in this
Comeback
series.
game
13-9
play.
RRQ. Secure the
Heavy
2-0
gaming.
victory.
Heavy gaming.
Guys,
YD
feeling
channel.
pretty good about RRQ right
भाई आ
now.
गए.
It certainly
वो
seems
भाई
like they are
young दिखने लग गया क्या चैड़ा चैट.
finding a bit.
जी. 9-3 हाफ था शायद. 9-3 हाफ था क्या? नहीं 9-3 हाफ नहीं था. 6 ऑल या 5-6 था. सॉरी 7-5 हाफ था. 7-5 हाफ था. फिर उसके बाद में कुछ तो हैवी हुआ. क्लिप्स वाला चैनल किधर है? इधर है रेडिएंट गेम प्ले. अच्छा ये अगर नहीं हुआ ना भाई भूत मारूंगा तेरे को. अंगोळ करून बसलोय शेमड्या.
ना क्या स्मोक दिया है भाई ये इतना अंदर वो सब बाहर आ चुके फिर अंदर स्मोक का दे रहा है भाई वाओ
Spike down mid. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
ओ भाई साहब.
Is this radiant chat? Is this radiant? This is literally silver. Lucky. You are lucky to be gold. Mutter on the beat, bro. Eat, bro. Teed, bro. Decade meat, bro. GGWP, 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 pum 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 pum, GGWP, GGWP, GGWP. So भाई लोग, it's time for me to leave. कल हैवी मैचेस है भाई, कल प्यापरेक्स वर्सेस बूमी स्पॉट्स है। चैट अभी नहीं देखते, हम बाद में देखेंगे कल, ठीक है? कल आएंगे, कल देखेंगे। आज फोटोशॉप स्ट्रीम होगी, फोटोशॉप स्ट्रीम पे भी आ जाना दोस्तों। चलिए, गुड मॉर्निंग सभी को, गुड मॉर्निंग। टेक रैस गांजा पे गेम भी खेलेंगे, पूरा हफ्ता है अगला अपने पास यार, सब खेलेंगे, टेंशन ना लो। कौन से मैचेस है अभी? रुको देखने दो। कल बहुत अच्छा मैचेस है, दोनों अच्छे हैं। पेपर एक्स तलोन काफ़ी अच्छे है, फिर DRX ग्लोबल है, DRX ग्लोबल है मंडे को। राइट, ऑलराइट। चलो भाइयों, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you guys next stream. Bye, peace out, tata. I'm sleep.